We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some out here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
G'day, everybody, and welcome to the Wacky Weekend Christmas. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. It's Christmas Eve here in the land of Down Under and the Upside Down people and all that jazz. You guys still got one more sleep to go before it's Christmas Eve. So, I'm going to say a quick hello to everyone here. We've got Ray Bertelsine. He's the first one in. He's got to fight the rabbit for the cookie. Train Farmer, how are you? Yeah. I wish I was down the beach. I mean, it's not looking pretty outside. It's going to be a wet Christmas Eve with thunderstorms. So we're not going to get Merry Christmas, Joyce.
Merry Christmas, Artie.
Hey, Andy, how are you, bud? Nice to see you in here. And I've got Trackside. We've got Cool Express. Dwight, how are you?
We got them and them and them, and don't forget them over there, and those right there, and these right down here in front.
Oh, yeah, those ones too, yeah. Richard, g'day, buddy. How are you? The track's here, Richard. Yay! Trackside Mike. Who else? And all the other ones are lurking in the background.
Ditto.
So we're going to go on for a little bit. Spend a bit of time together on Christmas Eve. I am going to try to be in for a few hours, but my neighbours has asked me to do a brisket for Christmas. So I've got to get everything. I've got to get the brisket all set up and whatnot. I managed to get a nice 28-pound brisket. She's nice and big. They've got a Christmas party next door. They've got their family and whatnot. And they invited me over. So I've got to prepare it. And g'day, Randall. How are you? And it's going to take a lot of prepping. Apparently, they like my brisket. So I'm not going to say no to it. They're paying for it, paying for the gas. Might as well do it. And they're going to be looking after my place while they always look after my place when I go away, but it's going to be like a thank you for doing it. Okay, what's been happening this week? Not much. I got some more track for the layout behind me. I've got the naughty elf up the top there.
The naughty elf.
The naughty elf, yeah. The naughty elf up there, and I'll get the trains running shortly. And the only Christmas card that got delivered this week, and thank you very much, is let me bring myself up. It's from the guys at Stormy Skies. Thank you very much. And a couple of stickers. That's all I got. Never mind. I know Mum and son and some other people have sent me stuff for Christmas. Yes, it's busy with this time of the season. It's probably somewhere in the system. It'll come here next week. Oh, you gone to space again, have you? You spaced out there, Anthony.
No. I was Santa Claus watching. Unfortunately, Santa Claus got hit by a surface-to-air missile on his way to. Well, never mind.
Oh, good. That means that. What? I set him up a trap out here, so I'm not going to be able to catch him again. Bugger. Oh well. Yeah. Well, that's what he gets for going over the no-fly zone, isn't it? But yeah, apart from that,
North Korea, they don't celebrate Christmas, and they don't want anybody else to either.
Yeah. G'day, Kyle Stevens, and I tell you what, I've been seeing your Facebook posts. Man, we need to talk, bud. You need help. I thought me and Nancy need help, but yeah, you really need help. Especially that last one. Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, Kyle's got a new logo. See, I have not been on YouTube in over a week. The last time I was on YouTube was your live stream last. Actually, no, I did. Andy Hot Dog Pilot. I visited his live stream Sunday morning for me.
Yeah.
And that's the last I've been on YouTube.
G'day, Eric. How are you? Well, I have some disturbing news, ladies and gentlemen. The tickets are booked to Fiji, and I'm leaving the country. So I'm going in January. I will not be home. I'm going sightseeing. I'm running away. You don't know where I'm going to pop up in January. I'm leaving home on the in mid-January. I'm leaving home. Had enough. So if you see me, and who knows where I'm going to end up.
Yeah, see, you're traveling incognito, you told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're traveling incognito.
Yeah.
Did you find a dress you liked?
What do I want to wear a dress where I'm going? You don't need a dress where I'm going. You just go in your birthday suit. Don't have to pack much that way.
On that case, if you're traveling in your birthday suit, Joyce and I are rescinding our invitation to stay here.
Scottsdale. That's before I get there. Like I'm going to a nice little island, you know. Has anybody watched that island on that movie Castaway with Tom Hanks?
God. And you packed your volleyball, I take it.
Oh damn! I didn't get Wilson yet. G'day, Moonsville. How are you? Monsville, welcome here. Thomas Grosses, how are you?
1-0 for Monsville.
Yeah, no, I've got to go and get a volleyball, eh?
Yep, you need a volleyball.
So I do need to pack something. Anyway, but here comes restraining orders. Yes, Randall, the restraining orders there. Get him up to date. If not, then you're out of luck, buddy. But yeah, no, all my tickets are booked to get out of here. I'm looking forward to it. I need that break. I need the break to get out of here. It's going to be a good mental reset for me, mentally. As
Indeed.
a lot of you guys who have been following me have noticed I have been going through.
Just to avoid, make sure you're on your best behavior between now and your departure.
I'm staying home. Actually, it's quite funny. We were having a bit of shit spread out across the road. Are you going to Gilligan's Island? No. That island's a little bit no. No, too crowded there. No, unless some of there's a couple of nice ladies there, that'd be a different thing. But anyway, they were doing some fertilizer spreading across the road to the football field, and I'm hearing these sirens in the background while I'm filming, and I'm wondering what on earth is going on? And it goes and it stops, goes and it stops, and it's coming from the direction of the shopping centre, the swimming pools, and I'm still sitting there. What's going on? One of the neighbours got himself a new dog, babysitting a dog. Well, believe it or not, that dog has decided that dog's howls like a police siren when he gets left alone at home. So here the dog is, when he gets left alone at home, is howling like a police siren. So even on our Facebook, the page is going, what's going on in Burke? Are we hearing the sirens? I go, no, it's not the sirens, it's the neighbour's dog. What about the island I'm lost? No, Richard, that's in the Indian Ocean. We're not going there. We know what happens in the Indian Ocean. Things go missing over there.
Well, that's why it's called lost.
Yeah, a lot of things go missing in the Indian Ocean. Land of the Lost. Yeah, Eric, yeah. I'll tell you what, I would love to go down to some of the islands down in the Indian Ocean, down the southern Indian Ocean. It looks really, really good. Yeah, it was funny. Fomer, we were all like, okay, but it has been busy around here. I'm just staying at home. That way, one, I don't get in trouble by the boys in blue. There's a lot of them about it at the moment. Also, I don't want to catch any bugs. That's going to stop me from flying, so I'm just going to stay at home. I was going to go to Sydney and take some shots on that, but since I booked the fare, I don't want anything. And what I say, I don't want to get sick. I don't want to cancel this trip again. Someone tried to make an appointment just as I'm going to leave with the insurance companies, and I go, no, it's not happening. Happening. I turned around and said, I'm going away for January and February. If you don't like it, tough. I need my time. So, Pixie's going to get you. She'll probably attack me when I get back, Eric. Actually, she was a bit grumpy with me when I returned. Mobile tax collectors. Yeah. No, Eric, Pixie, when I went over to Queensland last year when Bill passed away, I was away for nearly close to 3 weeks. 2-3 weeks I was away. She managed to be all right, but now I'm going to go between 4 to 5 weeks. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, she got grumpy with me when I got back, more or less disowned me, and yeah, she let me know she wasn't happy. Okay, so I'm going to get one of my trains to run. So we've got some noise going on in the background. So anyway, what's been happening with you, Anthony?
I don't know. The last week has been a blur. I have been sitting working on a project since the beginning of last week, maybe since the beginning of December, and I'm not even talking the advent calendar stuff. Doing those advent videos is about the only thing that's taken me away from, or when I watch Kai and then I can't work on it. But I've been doing a project that I'm almost done with, and it's just something for me, but it's been massively time consuming. I've been spending 12 to 15 hours a day working on it, for the last week or so. I've seen no YouTube. I don't know who's still alive, who's out, what cool videos I've missed, what sad news I've missed. I feel completely cut off from the internet world right now.
So you don't know about the birthday cake we made, yeah?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
at this point, being 5 days late, it's,
I'm alive. We are. He is. Okay, that didn't work. That didn't go according to plan. Okay, that's tough. All right. Let me start again. No. That naughty elf was meant to get run over by the train, but he's moved. So never mind. I'll get the bugger. But I mean, it does. Richard might recognise who he resembles. He's a famous Australian.
Oh,
and
I was going to say it actually looks like Trackside Mike.
Well, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. Is that his name? Yeah, it does look like Trackside Mike. Eh? Yeah. I didn't think about that. I'm thinking, who's got one of these?
Oh, I've ruined your Australian joke now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but there was a guy that worked up around the Southern Highlands that actually had a moustache like that. He was very famous for stopping hitchhikers from hitchhiking, or the tourists from hitchhiking. I'll put him back up there. There you go. There you go, Mike. You can go back up the top there and hang around on the shoulder. That was a great cake, wasn't it, Eric? Yeah, it had a lot of rum in it and everything else in it, and the myrrh with the myrrh. Yeah, I was actually thinking more of Ivan Milat, Richard. I was thinking more along the lines of him. I mean, he was very active here during our Christmas holiday. Moonsville's got him. Yep, Moonsville's got him. Yep. He was a bugger. Because back in them days, like particularly with us with the truck drivers, you lost sound. You hear me all right?
I'm hearing you this way. I don't know.
You probably muted it, Richard. But yeah, Ivan Milat actually upset.
Good night, Eric.
Good night, Eric. Take care, bud. Yeah, a lot of us do get a bit tired this time of year too. There's a lot of things going on. Let me just get this bugger to go again. Yeah, Ivan Milat actually really, really upset a lot of us truck drivers, because we used to being able to get some what you call them, hitchhikers on the side of the road, and since his bit of since his a little antics, we're yeah, we didn't get him after that. So yeah, nasty piece of work he was. But anyway, let's think about positive. Yeah, we are going to have a very, very wet Christmas. It's already preparing to happen now. I was going to go to get some Christmas light shots, but he got very, very wet last night. G'day,
Merry Christmas, Rick.
G'day, Rick. Merry Christmas to you. All you filthy animals. Well, we are filthy animals, and we're proud of it. G'day, Grandpa Rose. How are you? Yeah, so I might go around and get some shots for lights tonight. I'm not too sure yet, depending on how the winter's going to hold on, because we are going to get thunder. If we're not cooking, we're swimming. Yeah, there he is, Grandpa Rose. How are you? It's about 28, 29 pounds. Tracks on Mike, and it's a big one. No, because you guys have got a restriction with our meat there, Mike. You guys don't allow our fantastic meat in Canada and United States. So sorry, you'll have to come over here and get it. Yeah, it's I got to put. I've got to rub it down. I've got to prepare it. I've got to put all this nice little spices on it. It's not overly spicy. It's just nice and enjoyable to eat. Well, I find it anyway. The neighbours do too. Yeah, I enjoy my cooking. I enjoy it as a pastime. All right.
Speaking of trackside, Mike, there he is again.
Yeah. We're expecting 20 millimeters of rain. Well, we're probably expecting the same here, Moons. Well, we're about 20 to 50 mil here, which is on the
Merry
old scale.
Christmas to you, Corey.
Yeah. Hey, Corey, how are you? Okay, Corey, no problem. Yeah, okay, I'm going to put an invite down, which I normally do. Because we haven't had people up on channel for a while, have we?
No.
So we might as well let them on and give us all a hard time. Oh, you was in Detroit. You were only just down up the road from Anthony's place. You could have gone over and given him a hand. All right. The invites are out, people. So if you want to come in, you're more than welcome to hang out with us. So yeah, I
could use a hand with my petting zoo here.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they look lonely.
We got the porcupine and skunk sections already open, but we got the petting zoo. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Oh, come on! You so I can't tell you about this. Stupid pets, I tell you.
Keep your cats.
Christmas elf.
Yeah, it's all happening here.
Yeah. There's my buddy. Now, this explains why there's no cats around at Richard's place. How are you, buddy? Merry Christmas to you.
Bloody cats, stupid feral animals anyway.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
they eat all the best. Yeah. G'day, Randall. G'day, Thomas. How are you, buddy, guys?
Hey, Thomas. Hey, Anthony. Richard.
Howdy.
Howdy. Hey? Oh, sorry. Yeah, what's happening, guys? Merry Christmas.
Hanging out in a hotel.
At a hotel. Mm.
Hey, Sparky.
Yeah.
Ooh. Who is she? She's a lucky girl there, Randall.
No, I'm a bar out driver now. So
is that what you're telling us, is it?
no, I'm serious. I'm actually a bar out driver now.
Yeah, it's okay. We believe you.
I won't be back till January 19th.
Is that what they call it nowadays? Wink, 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 wink.
Yeah.
Well, following cruise. So they sent me up here to Springfield to assist up here. So.
Springfield, Massachusetts. Man, you're a long way from home.
Missouri.
You'd be able to go to Amherst.
Yeah.
Springfield, Missouri.
Oh. Bar driver. Yeah, bar driver, right? Yay! Winky. Man, that's good to be a bar driver, especially when you're going on the what they call it when the girls go out for the wedding, the pre-wedding party, the
bachelorette party.
Hens night.
Hens night. That's it.
It's an Aussie name. Sorry.
Now we call it a hens night.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fun driving the bus a lot of them around. I'll tell you what, it's been a long time since I did it, but it's fun to see how bad they get.
Well, being up here, I have been to a few places I haven't ever been to before. I've been out close to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Dixon, Missouri. So
you were living on Tulsa.
Cool. I got to see Dixon Hill for the first time on the Cubas Hub in person. I'd only seen it in videos up until this point. So that was actually pretty cool seeing it in person. So
One thing that I do want to do when I get to the US, because I do have to spend a bit of time down in South Carolina, is I want to go up to oh man, I just lost the hair. I lost my lost the name of it.
Is it written on your ceiling?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the fine print. Oh, it's up in North Carolina. It's Norfolk Southern Line. Had a runaway track.
Saluda
Pass. Saluda Pass. I want to see
Oh,
what's I want to see what's left over with that, because I know it's not being used anymore. It used to go through Inman, where I go to a lot, where I stay. I would actually like to take a drive up there and see what's left. They are talking about in Inman. They are talking about opening that line up. Part of it as a bicycle track, a walking trail. And I don't know, most of the Americans have probably seen, they got those little, those ride-on motor carts that go on the tracks. You know, like the old workman's trolley cars. They want to open up
the little motor rail cars.
Yeah.
Atlas trolleys.
So I reckon that will be a pretty good tourist attraction for the area.
That's a pretty steep grade, isn't it?
Well, it's steeper than ours. It's
Yeah.
steeper than ours over here. It's the speeders, yeah. Thank you, Train Farmer. Yeah, the speeders. I reckon it'll be a good attraction, because a lot of these still goes through a lot of the old peach farms and apple farms as well. Oh, Andy, yeah, Andy's there. Yeah.
Sparky said bar driver. No, I meant to say borrow out driver.
Oh, you said it.
Sometimes,
I thought what you were saying, a borrow out driver.
Sometimes I'm a little hard to understand, but it's basically where they send a driver from one location to another one to assist that location that might have a shortage of drivers. So,
well, at least you're getting to see the countryside and getting paid for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you don't have to load. You don't have to unload. The load walks on itself and comes off by itself.
Yep.
Simple. I mean, it's a good little job. Hopefully they pay you well. I mean, you got your accommodation there. Is your massages included in that too, Randall, or not?
Probably not. No, you get your hotel room. That's about it, and the van. So,
but
really, that's not that bad. So,
well, at least my company where I worked at least they gave me had masseurs come over and give me a massage as part of a relaxation, after work, to get that tension out of your shoulders and your neck and everything else, Yeah,
they don't have anything like that here that I know of. So,
different type of hotel.
You're just thinking about the naughty one. No, I'm keeping it clean. Something like that.
What did I say that was not clean? I just said a different kind of hotel.
We're all thinking.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about the hourly rate hotels. I'm talking about the day hotels.
I don't know what hotels you're talking about. You're just talking about hotels where you used to get free massages, or maybe they weren't free.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're free up to a point.
Yeah, up to a point, yeah.
I go further for $50.
$50, $5.
Anything you want.
What's his name? Millie down at Port Kembla would do it for $5. $5.
Has she got any teeth?
You have to pay extra for them, though.
Yeah, if you want teeth, that's extra. Yeah, that's extra. Oh, you know Millie there, Anthony. Okay. So you think you haven't been here before, but you know Millie.
I thought they were supposed to.
Yeah, but you know Millie better. And you found out the hard way when you both went to the bathroom and were both standing up.
Oh, that's a scary thought.
Well, let's put it this way. She wasn't playing Jingle Bells when she was standing.
All right, take care.
Fellas.
Be safe, Monsville.
Yeah, Monsville, take care, bud. Have a good Christmas and oh, thunder's over here. Okay, you take care, buddy.
Clouds are getting pretty
Happy
dark.
ending. I don't know about your happy endings, Carl. I saw in your last post on Facebook. I just said it's. I thought me and my little buddy here next to me and the one next to him. I thought we were bad, but I tell you what, you take the cake. Make us look like amateurs.
Oh dear.
So $50 for Anthony to go further, and $5 for 80 to go farther. I think I just saved my money for now.
Sparky says he's waiting for Thomas to put out a bid.
Okay, Thomas, your turn to bid, bud.
Sparky fancies Thomas, we see.
Ah. What am I talking about? Right, okay. All
I don't know
right.
what we're talking about. I just
Okay.
throw shit out there and see what sticks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Let me have a look. Da, 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 da. Let me go there. I don't normally do this, but let me find it. Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
Let me
that
just-
would be a pretty good gig, Sparky, probably being the bar driver, the designated driver.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Oh, they have those in all kinds of tourist cities. You can go to Berlin and there's one guy driving this thing around and it's got an entire bar with 10 to 20 people sitting around it going down the street. But see, I could never
Okay.
do that. You were talking about that, Artie, as a driver and having the hen night. It's like I would have my limit of how many times I can hear "woo, woo," is very short.
Yeah, well, he.
That's the way it, that's why you have a
that
separate compartment. Plan first class. Okay, I'm gonna put this up and yeah, you guys be the judge. Now this is on our mate Cole Stevens. It's on his page. Oh yeah. Share screen. Yeah, that one. I'll go here. Okay, and I'll put the sand on it.
And fishnets. Hi, would you like to take a second to talk about our Lord and Savior Goth Chicks and Fishnets?
Dear.
Do I have to say any more? I mean, the evidence is clear, isn't it? He's blushing.
Is that one of those transgender chicks?
It didn't look like it, I tell you.
No, it's a goth chick.
Yeah, what's a coffee chick? Yeah, you got to watch out for them. Yeah. So, yeah, nothing is sacred when it comes to the Wacky weekend, but I'll tell you what, that cracked me up when I saw that. It's gone silent there. Oh, that my friend. Oh yeah, blame it on your friend there, Kyle. Good on you. Yeah. Come on and talk about it. Come on, buddy. Come on and talk about it. You might regret it. So, what have you been up to, Thomas? Hello, Thomas.
What's that?
What have you been up to?
What I've been up to? Oh, I've been doing a lot of troubleshooting.
What's that?
I said I've been up to a lot of troubleshooting today.
Troubleshooting?
Yeah.
Who did you kill?
Well, I had a reverse loop and the turnout wasn't automatically changing, so I had it set up to do that. And then I found out what was wrong. I fixed that. I got to put another power supply in for that. And then I was running some trains, and all the cars were uncoupling and derailing, and so I took them all off, replaced all the wheels, and replaced all the couplers because they were not KD couplers. So I fixed that, and I'm watching them run now.
Right.
And they've been running for about 3 hours, and no problems.
Right. So that gate crossing, is that sound coming out from your place? Is it?
Yeah, that's a crossing gate going up and down when the train goes by.
G'day, Dragon Junction. Merry Christmas to you, buddy. How are you? I'm getting excited tomorrow for the 25th. Yeah, well, I am too, kind of.
Hey, Alan.
I
Merry
do
Christmas,
have.
Babs and everybody in your family.
I do have. I'm going to have to move in a certain way. Down in the bottom here, I've actually got on this bottom track here, where my hand is, I've actually got a crossover there that turns, that makes a reverse flip for the trains to come back up and go back the other way. I haven't hooked that up yet. I'll do that when I come back from the US. My next project before I do go away is going to be just got to be careful I don't get run over by the train. Is going to be, let me get this screen up.
Hey, Clive, how are you?
Hey, Clive, how are you? The one I'm going to be working on is this track here.
It was dubbed, Train Foamer. It was dubbed.
Yeah. G'day, Chris. Go there. How are you? So this one here, where I'm pointing at, that one's going to be turned into double track. It's going to be past the the tracks arrived yesterday, and along with a surprise gift that I got for someone.
You got enough room to put 2 tracks there, Arden?
Yes, I do. And then you see where this crossover is down in here.
Right.
Right, that's going to be part of reverse strip, so the trains can actually go back across, climb up to here, and go back in the station up in here. So we can go down, turn around, go down the crossover, and come back up again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll work on that wiring when I return. But before I go, I am going to do this one here.
So what are you going to use for the reverse loop?
I'm using the. I've already got it here. Terry is trains. Merry Christmas to you, buddy.
Merry Christmas, Terry's Trains.
It's packed away at the moment out of reach, but I'm using the NCE's reverser.
The AR10?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Make sure you put that on a separate block because it has its own circuit breaker in there now. The newer ones do. So you don't want to have. Yeah, if you have a bus line going around, right? And if you have that on a circuit breaker, like an EV1, for example, or your own homemade circuit breaker, whatever everybody uses, if you put an AR10 in there, it has its own circuit breaker. So you have to have that separate.
Right.
I'll talk to you about it when you're ready to do it. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, we might be able to check it up when I'm over there, because what I have actually done is when I laid the track, where my finger is, just where it's joined up to the turnouts, it's double insulated there,
right,
and double insulated up here. That whole crossover is double insulated.
Right.
It's got its own feed.
Yep.
That track there is double insulated too, right around. So it's got its own feed. Um,
Well, you're gonna have
The
to
way
find out
I-
where the loop is first. Then you'll know. You'll be able to
yeah,
figure
well, yeah, and these two here is on a separate track too,
out.
on a separate loop. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Well, actually 4 really, because even that one's double isolated. This one here.
Yeah.
So I've got those back moving again. Okay. What I've done in such a way where even with my circuit breakers, I've got those auto fuses that's got the self reset. Actually, I did have one here the other day. Oh, that's right. I packed it, I think. But it's like spaded auto fuse, but it's got the reset button on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
Right.
they're like, yeah, I think I've seen them.
Yeah, J-Car's gone for about $3 to $5 each, and I tell you what, when I know that a lot of you people with the cars and that you get those spaded fuse, and a lot of times they're a pain in the backside to
Yeah, you just
take
push
them
the
out, and then you got to look for another one to suit.
They're
What
like a
I've
little
done is,
circuit breaker.
pardon?
They're like a little circuit breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've actually started using them, and they're good.
Oh yeah.
You just push the button, and away you go again.
Under this box here, like where this engine is, all my circuitry is in here.
Yeah.
And I've got my spaded fuses in here. They will be taken out of here and put to where my hand is here down the side. I'm going to put the little fuse box there. So when it does trip, all I got to do is just push the button.
Yeah,
Thanks.
very handy.
No,
Yeah.
you have to clear the issue first, then you push the button.
Well, yeah, you find the issue, but I mean, at least
That's the beauty of having a push button to do it, because some of the circuit breakers automatically reset, and you can be going on and off all the time. That's not good for your PC equipment.
So far it's been going pretty well. I've had a few drummers up on here, and it worked pretty good. And when I put the circuit breakers in there before I went in for my last operation, and the way I wired this section here up, I've done the polarities wrong on it. So when the trains got to the far end there, down the far end, it kept on tripping a circuit breaker. I couldn't work out why. I went to have a look. Then I noticed the polarities on here is different to the polarity down. It needs to be different polarity to the bottom and here.
Yeah. Doesn't take much to put the wrong wire on the wrong side of the bus.
Easily done, yes, for sure.
Oh yeah. No, there is no signals at this stage at the moment, Train Foamer. I'm using a train automation program. Let me just show you guys. Yeah, screen. Where is it? Okay, now let me have a look. Here we go. This is the program I'm using. And what it does is, and let me get my screen bigger. And what it does is I've got the basic track diagram in it, and I've got my blocks, as you can see. It indicates which block the train's in, and it actually calculates the distance for the train. And the way I got this programmed, it also will show, like I got an express train going around, and a freight train, and a local passenger service. And the express passenger train will get a priority to pass at the passing loop. So this is the program I'm using at the moment. Yes, it did cost me a bit of money, but it's very easy to use. I mean, it's a lot simpler. It's a lot more easier than JMRI. With JMRI, you got to work the routes out and calculate everything, the distances and that. Well, basically, you got to calculate the routes. This program does it all for you. So when you do your schematics, as long as you put your blocks down in the right space, you measure them out, you can do your braking distances and that. Like you see now, I'm doing everything freehanded. Okay, you're trying to show us something there, Anthony.
No, I'm not. I've just been messing with stuff.
Is that my Christmas present?
No, those are my birthday presents.
Oh, okay. Okay. What didn't
If
you
you
get
want to
us?
see them, I'll show them. I showed them on my live stream yesterday.
Yeah, I missed it because I had a. Yeah, come on, show. Come on, show it. G'day, Chris. How are you? Merry Christmas.
This is the latest German Regiobahn. Instead of a locomotive, it's 2 power cabins. These just came into service in the last couple of years, and but let's see if I can. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but like that. See, yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so very nice little cars.
The wheel come off.
Yeah, the wheel came off, but that's not a big deal. The bogey.
See, we were meant to have some of those here, as a replacement for our new inner city double deckers, because we were supposed to get the Swiss version. Is it Roco or Pico's making that set that you showed up the other week?
The one I showed up, Merklin's making that.
Is it Markland? I thought that was Roco coming up with them.
Well, now you got to tell me which set, because the last set I remember showing pictures of was a Merklin new set that I just pre-ordered. But this is Brava, of course, and these are true 187 scale.
Yeah, right.
G'day, Shane. How are you?
Most things Brava makes
Hey,
are true
Chris.
187 scale, but
Actually,
Brava
both Chris's go home and all-terrain aficionado.
Brava makes high-end, rather expensive. Like basically, each of these cars comes out to about if you go by list price, each of these cars is $170. That's not what I paid for them, but Brava is pricey and they are quality made, and they're heavily detailed. But sometimes the detailing is very fragile. So they're very high end, but they can be very, very fragile. But that's the one I dropped in. It's okay. Just the bogey popped off.
I gotta say, for the price of what you get.
But if you can see in there, they come with already offset actual wooden table colors. Yeah, I don't know how well you guys see that, but
Yeah,
the interiors are just amazing on Bravas.
Well, it looks like the windows were even tinted on them too. So
Yep. Yeah, they have tinted windows, and these are designed. And I have not run these in yet. I got these for my birthday. They came in. My birthday was Tuesday. I got these Thursday. They came in from Germany on Thursday, and it's the longest I've probably ever let new locomotives sit and not mess with them because, it is. I've just been so hectic with things non-train related. And I really want to get these out and run them. And but they are designed. You can turn the lights on and off in each wagon separately instead of the whole thing. You can. Well, I want the front car on, or you can change the tint in the. So one can be a warm white, one can be a cool white. They're quite elaborate. But I ordered them a year and a half ago, and they just got released.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look. I'll have a look shortly for that for those models.
But yeah,
but I'll tell you what. Since I bought the
Butterfingers live on TV, brilliant. But,
yeah, but since I bought the Roco set, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. And when you look at the value for money, when you buy an expensive locomotive, an expensive carriage set, and you put it on the track and just let it run, and they don't come off the track.
Yeah, I mean, Rocos are fantastic, and I've had one Roco. I guess I would say I'm disappointed in, but that's the obscure one. To be honest, I've never been disappointed with a new Brava either, or a new Miraklin. Picos, I will have some. I've bought some of their lower end ones that I am not happy with. Jägendorfer collection can be rather. These are all German companies or German-Austrian companies. But yeah, Roco, you always get your money's worth and more. Roco never delivers bad product. You will never hear anybody out there going, oh, Roco released this and it's bad. You might get a lemon in a run, but the run itself will always be high quality. Roco is my second favorite company after Miraklin. I think Roco makes the best compatible stuff to the Miraklin system. But Roco are beautiful locomotives. You will pay a bit more money on average than you would for other things, but they just always deliver good decoders, great detailing, and just quality machinery.
Well, it's the old saying: you pay for what you get. I mean,
well, when I'm looking at the prices of the Australian stuff, comparing to the European stuff, we're about the same price, but the German ones are walking all over them. You know, $400 engine for Roco compared to that $400 diesel that I bought. The $400 diesel I bought for the Australian model, I had nothing but trouble. This $400 Roco engine, I put it on the track and it went like a dream. No issues. Let me just answer Train Foamer's question here. Yes, the way I've got to determine at the moment, it's at default, and he looks at 2 blocks ahead of it. The train looks at the two blocks ahead of it. And it waits till it's clear. And that's the only time it will actually let the train go. Right, for example, you see the one at the top there now, it's leaving the station. It stopped there for a little while. I've got what's that coming up? I've got the freight train coming in, and it's going to stop and wait. Now, because the passenger train express is down on the bottom, you see it here. It's waiting for this block here to clear. As soon as he stopped, the path opens. Now, that express train down at the bottom is going to overtake the freight train. And there's the one that just poured out of the station, coming down.
Yeah, right.
That's going to come down. Of course, I've got my head in the way. That will come down. It will come out in here on that track down in there. I need a few more cameras to be set up. So now this one's got a track cleared, it's going to bypass this. As soon as that one that was behind me just a moment ago gets in that section there, Oh, no. Okay, the freight train got the right of way because it's made its time. I've got it set for, I think, 20 or 30 seconds in that section. If that other one wasn't close enough to it, it will go. But now it will wait until the freight train is down in a lower passing loop. And it's all fully automated. Now what I'll do is, if I do, I can run up to 4 trains at a time at the moment. But now what I'm going to do is, when I do that passing loop, hang on, when I do the passing loop down in here, I'll be able to run bi-directionally, because at the moment there's just too much of a gap between here and the top, and the trains will be sitting around for too long. And of course that will start getting boring, particularly when I get more cameras on, having trains sitting for too long a period of time. For it to get from the station here, and eventually this is going to be a station as well, it's about 3.5 minutes in scale speed. Well, no, sorry, 3.5 minutes in real time, not scale speed. G'day, race fan, how are you?
Hey, race fan.
As you see, this now sitting here waiting for a path. Actually, something's not right here. But anyway, you'll get the drift. As soon as there's a section cleared, it actually goes.
Artie, I got to head off, man. I got to get back to work.
Okay, buddy. You have a
All
good
right,
Merry
see you,
Christmas.
Anthony.
Have a good
Good night,
Christmas.
everybody. If I
Family.
don't see you beforehand, Merry Christmas. Take care.
Yep.
Yeah, all the best, mate.
Hairy chestnuts to all of you.
Hairy chestnuts. Man, they're very bitter, you know.
Have a
they.
good Christmas, Anthony. See you.
Bye-bye. Take
Yeah.
care, everybody.
Yeah, and very prickly too.
See you.
See ya. Yulin, how are you? Welcome. Merry Christmas to you too. So with the program that I'm using, there are still a lot of tweaks in it, which I'm learning as I'm going. And it's going to be at the moment, it's become a very good experimental layout for me for when I get to my own permanent place and have a bigger layout. G'day, Peyton. How are you? But the options that I have here on this program, I can run it 40 automatic like this as a rail fan. I can go and I usually sit at the doorway there at the entrance and just watch the trains run automatically, see which one passes who and whatnot. Or I can run, as I'm running passenger trains, I can run on a timetable system. Up on here, I've got my train station, and I can actually have the passenger trains run all the way down to the bottom, which is the next layer down in here. Make a set, and make sure I have the set made up in time for its departure time to go back to the top, and vice versa. And that can be challenging. And in time, I've actually learned when my younger days, when I used to stay up in Sydney, if the trains were late for departing from its station, it messes up the whole system. This program that I'm using actually showed me how it messes up the schedules for everything. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's been a lot of work in it. Yes, I paid a lot of money for this program, but I don't have any headaches. You just draw it, put your information in it, and off you go. Yes, what you mean from up here, train foamer? Yeah. They can go from here onto the main layer, and especially with the ones that are down on the bottom, they can go up to the top. Let me change the camera. I think that's it. That's looking from the door in. That's on its final climb. Now you see the passenger train in the loop, lower passing loop. And that's looking on the lower section in the engine maintenance depot. You know, let me get a bigger view. There you go. That's the first section that I did. The loco depot and carriage facilities and that, more the loco depot. This is where all the major work gets done. And then these two lines that you see in the foreground on the lower part of the camera, those two lines lead to the main section. They lead to here. You just see it on the towards the left. The track runs through.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, let me move the camera.
Yeah, you go for it, man.
Sorry about this. It meets up down the bottom.
Yep.
Let's just see that.
Mm-hmm.
And for the trains coming out of the station, there's the entry port there.
Yep.
So I can have I can have the trains go directly from the top station. I can have them go directly from the top station to the bottom station and use it as a point-to-point if I want to. And that's why I got the S loop or the return loops. I got one.
And you can run all that automatically.
That program runs everything automatically.
Even point to
Or I
point.
can run it manually.
Yeah, right.
I can also have it manually. Like I can have, you've been here, Richard, here at the doorway.
Yeah.
I put a controller there at the doorway. I can give a person like yourself, when you come and run the trains, you can run the train yourself.
Yep.
Right? And the program will stop you at a signal.
Yeah,
right? So if there is a block occupied up ahead, it will automatically stop the train where you are, like what this one's doing here now.
Yep.
Right? And all you do is you just drive your train. Dave. Merry Christmas, Dave. Dave, Crooked River, Merry Christmas. You're late.
Hey, Dave.
It's all right, buddy. The options that's in this program is, and I've only got the silver. I am going to upgrade it to, eventually I'm going to upgrade it to gold. The gold version has even more options. I can specifically tell the program, like, what is the grade of that line there, up and down. I can create one-way pass in the passing siding. I can have 2 stop points in a passing loop. The options in the gold version is endless. To use it, just to get off the start, it's easy. I'll just use a lot of the basics to get this going. And it's paid for itself. I did try JMRI, but the JMRI I'd done the track plan, but after I'd done the track plan and tried to get it to run automatically, it just didn't want to do it. I just have to keep on doing something different to it. Here, you draw the track plan down on your board, like I have. Let me bring it up again. Okay, why don't you bring it up? Okay, hang on. Sorry. No,
Very
that's
good,
not what I
Artie.
want. So when I end up, when I get, all I got to do is draw the track plan like this. Yes, I do need to do get a tape measure out my blocks, which comes in handy. The program itself does all the calculations for you. It will calculate the routes. It will work out the routes for you. It does everything. I'll do an example. I've got this 7006 here. I'm going to send it down the hill, and this is how simple it is. I'm going to go to auto train. I'm going to put the mouse over the engine like so. You know, come on, don't want to play up with me now. Okay, why aren't you doing it? Hang on, let me try again. All I got to do is put the mouse over the top. You get that icon come up. I just click on it, take it down the path where I want. I want to take it to this track down in here. And it works out the route. It will work out all the blocks. It would say, it will tell all the trains where to stop and go. It will do all the blocks. It will do all the signaling all by itself. Oh, but it's not going to go because I've got a carriage in its way. Hang on a minute. I've got a carriage in the way. Let me just get that carriage out of the way. I'm cheating, I know. And that train will run by itself.
It's moving.
Yeah, it's moving. It will come up to the back. Now, this passenger train, because it's got the road, that passenger train there is going to sit and wait for that little switcher. You see it in the distance there. It's going to work its way down the track, down the mountain.
So it'll plan its own path, basically.
Yeah, the program's already worked its own path. It's already going to turn around and say to this one, yeah, there's a clear block you can go. This one's arrived up in here. It's like, well, okay, there's my block's blocked. I've got to sit and wait until that little one, you see going near where my head is. It's going to sit and wait until it's cleared that block.
Yeah, bloody hell. That's pretty impressive.
You've got the freight train that's coming up. It's going to come up on the inside passing loop. It's going to sit and wait there. It's time for 30 seconds to wait at the station. Now, the program's already worked out, okay, the next train out of here is going to be the passenger train. And because that little engine's cleared the section, it opens it up. The express passenger train, it's got the clear run too now. It will go as far as the block allows it to, the way I've got it measured up. See, now it's going to sit there. Now, where this one's sitting, there is eventually going to be a station here. That's why it stopped here and not up the far end. So there's an imaginary station there. Now, down the background, okay, I've got a bit of a short. I'm going to have to freeze everything. Hang on, guys. I've got to go and rescue that little engine. I think. No. It's
It
safe.
must
All
have
right.
taken a bit of setting up to do, eh?
The biggest part in it, the biggest part, okay, two of the hardest parts that I had to do, let me stop sharing this. Apart from the track plan, I had to do measure my blocks, like my passing loops and that. And I know there's a topic about metric and imperial. I tell you what, metric works great. And I use one of these seamstress tape measures.
Oh, yeah.
I can do the diagram easy, simple. I will show it one time on one of my streams. Do the basic track plan. Then I'll put the blocks in there. Now the blocks are actually hooked into my AIUO1s, and the computer talks to it.
Yep.
And then once I worked out the blocks, I measured it all up. That part's done. Next stage I've got to do is all these locomotives that you see here, they're speed calibrated on the lower track.
No, yep.
So you do your speed and brake calibration, so you can actually work. The program will know how fast it's going, and it will know how. Once you do your brake calibration, it will know how long it takes to stop in that one particular section or where you want it to stop. The tape measure comes in handy when you're measuring out where you're gonna do your stop point in your block. Sounds complicated, but it's easy. It's almost dummy proof. Let's put it this way. It's almost dummy proof. Almost that. So yeah, I paid, this is version 9. This is silver version. I spent, I think it was $600-700 on it. And I upgraded to the new version. I think it's the version 11 or 10 now. To the gold version, I have to add an extra $350, $400 Australian. But when it comes to using a program, it's easy. Everything's done, and you know how the Germans are with their stuff. You look at their trains and their gizmos, or even just the everyday stuff. It's easy to use. Yeah.
Sounds like it's easier to set up than what we're doing at my brother's house.
Oh, yeah, you still got to do. Don't get me wrong. You still got to do your wiring correctly. You still got to do your wire. You still got to do your wiring box and wire up everything correctly. But once it's done, it's done. I can now sit back and enjoy watching my trains run. It's taken me a while to get to where it is, but I can now enjoy. I can get some sort of enjoyment out of it. I got to move this one here. I've got to move that over that way by about half an inch, but there's no passing loop on that. That's it. Once I move that over, put the lower passing loop. The lower passing loop I'm going to do before I go away.
Yep.
And when I get back, because I need to get some more turnout motors and that steep incline is going to go. All that back section, as my hand is, all that down there is going to change. This section here is going to come down by 1.5 inches. And
You're going to ease some of the gradients, are you? Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
You were talking about that before, yeah. They do look a bit steep from here anyway.
That line there, it's going to come around and join roughly about here somewhere where my hand is.
Yeah.
This track here is going to drop and it's going to go underneath and it's going to join up down to here. And that takes out the steep gradient.
Yeah.
And this part So that's a second steep grade there, and it doesn't look right.
No.
I just thrown that. Okay, Dragon Junction. See you. Have a Merry Christmas, guy, mate. Oh, is Andy going? Is he?
Yeah,
Okay, Andy. Have a Merry Christmas, mate. Might see you tonight if you're on tonight or not, or in the morning over there. Oh, look, there's an easy way of wrapping Christmas presents. Richard would have seen it on TV. Some of the Aussie would have seen the celebration TV ad.
The old brown paper bag, mate.
Yeah, the old brown paper bag. They didn't say it was perfect, but it's wrapped.
Yeah, that's a good
And it
one.
takes a couple of seconds.
Yeah, that's definitely an Aussie joke, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Dragon Junction, have a Merry Christmas, mate. We'll see you hopefully by the new year or after the new year. We'll you take care of yourself, you and your family.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
I still need approximately another 6-7 turnout motors. And I need another 4 BD20s, the track detectors. No, block detectors, sorry. And then once I redo this top section, that's it. Then I'll start doing the scenery, which is going to be fun. Now, on my lower section here, it's going to be like a half tunnel, or it's going to be the tunnel scene in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a conduit in there with a curved. I'm going to use one of those PVC pipes as a tunnel portal. Give it an impression that it's actually gone in the tunnel, but it's going to have a cut view in it. Some of this section where this train is now, some of that's going to be exposed, some of it's going to be enclosed, like up in here. There is going to be a semi-city scene in this section. Down the bottom down in here, there's going to be another track that comes up. There'll be like a little mine scene. Papa John, how are you? There's going to be like a little mine scene or something there. And it's going to be a lot of bridges and canyons and what the way I picture it. I think it's going to look good. But I'm not going to rush it. When I get to the scenery side of things, I'm not going to rush it like I have done putting this together. Yeah. So
I finally started investing in some of the older members of my my locomotive fleet. I went and picked me up a couple of decoders. So right there's what I got.
Is that the Tsunami 2s, is it?
No, this is just a motor decoder. I'll show you what locomotives are even going to go in here because I got them with me right here. Now these engines already have decoders in them. I'm going to swap them out with these board decoders, but there's one of them right there, and I have its mate over here too, the 950. Number 950. So this one's 953. The other one's 950. So,
right.
But they got a Digitrax decoder in the 9-pin JST plug. So what I'm going to do, put this decoder in these locomotives, and if they work out good, I've got a couple of Kansas City Southern Tunnel motors. I may get 2 more and stick in those engines. So. Hopefully kind of make things a little less crowded in there for them. So
yeah.
And also I kind of want the beacon to start flashing too instead of just burning constant. So this decoder here should cover all that. So
yeah, they are, Dave. They are very nicely detailed and ready to run. Yeah, some of the. I mean,
well, this is an older engine. This is from how long have I had this thing? let's see, this is what, almost 2024. This engine is 15 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think that current version is the Roundhouse
I'll
version
take
of
it out.
it.
You got to get there and look at it.
Yeah. I'm looking at. I'm going when I get back. I'm going to be looking at getting rid of some of my American stuff. And I'm also considering I might get rid of some of my Australian stuff too. But I'm definitely going to be getting rid of some of my American stuff.
One, I just grabbing it. Make sure I don't grab my dynamic brake fan because I'll pop it off. I ain't careful. But yeah, there it is, right there. And the weird thing is, these older Aspirator oil engines are much heavier than the new ones with the economic decoder in them.
Yeah, they are.
So, this engine weighs a lot more than the newer one does.
Yeah. And I find that they pull a load a lot better than all the newer one. I've got.
And by the way, I was just going to say the gyro light doesn't work, but the beacon does. So.
I mean, with a bit of perseverance or whatnot, you can get all the other lights to work too if you want.
Yeah, you can drill a whole stick of bulb in it and have a working gyro light in it. But at the time when these were new, they didn't have all the fancy lighting features that they got now. But it's still really solid.
Yeah. Got some news, Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got some updated news. And this might interest some of the viewers too. All aboard up at Barrel, the train barn.
Oh, yeah.
It's been sold off. It's not closing now.
Oh, okay.
And Vic and Christine managed to sell it at the last minute. The new guy's taken over. His comment is give him about a month or two for him to restock his shelf. And then
he's gonna open back up.
Yeah, be back. Yeah, I'm gonna be keeping the 46s Ohio, Steve. I'm going to be going through some of the stuff that I've got here. Some of them I'm going to keep. Some I'm going to get rid of.
New one.
Oh, yeah.
I will evaluate a lot of that when I get back. I know there are some Atlas diesels that I do want to get rid of. I did have plans of repainting them, but the way my right hand's going at the moment, I don't think I'm going to do it now, so I'm just going to get rid of them. And the money I'll get back on them, I'm actually going to be buying some more Roco stuff. That's a nice one. I like that.
That's a fantasy scheme. That's a 50th anniversary Operation Lifesaver engine. I thought it was really cool. And the only reason I even got this one, they had a big sale on mile train stuff. I think they dropped them down to like $63 before shipping kicks in. So I thought it was a pretty good deal.
But you see, Cheesy System, they did do a gold engine. They did do a gold engine.
It's the Silverline, the DCC ready version. But still, it's not often you see engines for under $70 anymore. I like it. It's got front and rear ditch lights on it and everything. It may be a little hard to see, but
no, Chris, they don't. They're actually. I think they actually. It's funny the way they're done up, because they're actually. You got two ways you can do it. You got a dummy. You got a 9-pin dummy plug in them, and then you also got an 8-pin plug. But you got to take the dummy plug out to get it to run.
Yeah, in fact, I'd take one of those Athearn engines apart, take the body off, and show them, Artie, if you want me to. Show you what they look like, or the older style ones.
That's totally up to you.
Yeah, I can do that. It'll take a second to do that. I've got screwdrivers and everything. So let me put this guy back up, and I'll flip my camera around on the desk, and we'll start bisecting one of them. So
Because what my next engine that I'm going to get is the Class 52. Now I worked out what the steam engine is, what the tender looked like that I rode on when I was 10 years old. I'm going to get one of them that from Roco that's going to run on my layout. All I've got to do now is I'll get some matching car wagons and some passenger cars of its time. And Roco's even got the old
around right quick, and we'll.
Yep. Make sure Julie's got her clothes on. We don't want to see Julie naked there on the bed.
Oh dear.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. I'll get out of there. There we go. Okay.
So you're doing a Rod Stewart's trick, aren't you?
Do what, Artie?
You're doing Rod Stewart's trick.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Taking your trains and working in a hotel room when you're resting. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That way, kind of passes the time in between trips where I'm not bored.
Yeah.
So. Let me get a screwdriver right quick.
So that's in a Thurn, you're saying?
Yeah.
That's what used to be in the ready to roll line, Richard.
Yeah.
They're not called that now. The Athens kind of done some rebranding last year, and they're just called the Athens line now.
So how old's the locomotive? You said 15 years old.
It'll be 15 years old this coming year. So,
well, it's pretty new compared to some of the stuff I got.
Oh yeah, they're pretty solid engines. I like them. Oh, good.
Actually, yeah, we got really like the old Athens blue box stuff, and as we found, because we put new controllers on my brother's layout, the older locos sort of.
I got a good number of Athens blue box stuff too. I mean, I like them. They're about as good as they get. So.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, as we found, like the old Athens blue box stuff uses a lot more. It seems to.
I did not notice that.
It seems to.
The dang air horn fell off of it.
Oh, it did too.
Well, that's why it's called an air horn, floating in the air.
Need a pair of tweezers or something there, Randall.
Yeah, I got some campy glue. I'll glue it back on, but
Don't glue it. Yeah.
I'll just lay that there where I don't accidentally lose it. So, okay, just kind of show you here. Basically, all you gotta do is just unscrew the trucks, unscrew the couplers off, and body should just lift right out. So,
yeah. Anyway, I'm led to believe that you can put Athens Genesis engines in blue box locos, and
Yes, you can.
yeah, you can.
You can.
It's a lot easier with the newer ready to roll line engines now because they've got a complete conversion kit for them now.
Oh, okay.
All you gotta do is just pull the old motor out and drop the new one in. But
well, that's what we're thinking about doing because the new controllers can't handle the old blue box stuff. It's just
yeah,
you know what I mean. It's just yep.
Richard.
Sorry, yeah, mate.
Woodpecker up in Sydney. He does stock. He does stock a lot of Athens parts from time to time as they come available. That's where if I need something for Athens in a hurry, I usually give him a ring.
Woodpecker. Oh, yeah, no worries.
Woodpecker. He's got spare parts. Yeah, I'll get them spare motors and that for him. Only thing I have found is that every now and then you have to change the flywheel in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because where you got your tail shafts that coming out, the drive shaft that's coming out of the flywheel, the actual the sprockets that's going in the flywheel is usually different from the old.
Also, another
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. Yeah. Yep.
Another dead giveaway that this is an older Athearn engine. It's got incandescent bulbs as opposed to LEDs. So, but I'll show you here. That just lifts right off, and
Incandescent.
there you go.
Oh, okay.
That's what it looks like. So you have your 9-pin JST plug, which it has a 163 decoder in there, but it also has, and I'll have to lift this up where you can see it. It's got an 8-pin plug right here.
Yeah.
Where my finger's at. So you have two different ways. It's actually got 3 ways you can put it in there. You can either take this whole board out and put
Hey, Jason.
like that Soundtrax decoder in it, or you can put the 9-pin JST plug in it, or you can put an 8-pin plug in it. But if you do put the JST plug in it, you'll have to remove the dummy plug off the 8-pin plug, or the engine will not function.
Yeah, so the way I had it, I've actually had the dummy plug up where you got the decoder in now.
Yeah,
that's where I've actually had the dummy plug.
Yep. So so just FYI, anybody winds up with these older engines and you want to convert them to DCC, if you use the JST plug, regardless whether you use this or the 8-pin, you'll have to remove the dummy plug. So.
Yeah.
But it works good.
Yeah. I know.
I've actually used the 9-pin plug, and where you got the screw holes there on the left, just move the model over to your right a bit, Randall.
Like that?
That back end of that model there, where you see that weights there, this is where I put the speaker. On that spot there.
Right. Now on the older versions, they didn't have sound for these engines back then, so it was just a weight back here.
Yeah.
So
I actually had that modified there and had my speaker put in there.
Right.
Yeah, that it does too. Yes, Jason. I'm not going to do it now, but I've actually done that to my I think it was a -9, -8, -9 AC 4400 that I got from Athearn. I think it's a -9, where I just use the actual original Athearn motherboard. Use a 9-pin plug of the Tsunami 2, and on the left there is where I put the speaker. And
another thing that's kind of a downside, like I said, with the beacon on this engine. So right there's the beacon on it. They're hooked into where the headlights are. So when the headlights come on, the beacon just burns constant. So with this new decoder, it's going to have functions to activate the beacon on it. So the beacon wires are going to go over here to the side, whereas on the standard board, it's going to be right here hooked into the headlights. So that's going to be kind of fun searching through the wires there. So.
Yeah, but they made it easier. I mean,
oh yeah, they did. They've gotten a lot better now. So then when you get done, you just slide the body on and put your couplers on just like that. You're good to go again. So
what you see when I looked at the model that I've got just now, like my where is it? Like my new Roco engine, and
I'm actually just going to leave them on since I'm going to work on it. So set that guy down there.
I got these 82 classes from OnTrack, and let me just change my camera.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take me down now, or if you need to.
See, I got See, I got this engine here, which is from on track models, the 82 class, and I bought the non-sounded Dakota one, but the way it was set up that it's already had the 8 ohm speakers in it. So the only thing I've got to do to it is just basically buy the sound decoder. Hell no. No, not getting rid of this one, no.
Some people,
Oh,
yeah.
come on. Jeez.
Some people.
I'm going to work it all out when I get back. I'll work it out when I get back. But, geez, that was quick. I mean, let's put it this way. If I'm desperate for money, a large sum of money, yeah, I will pour it up there, but it's not going to go cheap. Yeah. I know that guy that I did buy some of the stuff from in Penrith in Sydney, the last 82 that he sold went close to $700.
Really?
Yeah.
My God.
$700. So where is he? I know I'm definitely going to be selling some of the American stuff. But just wait and see. Just wait until I get back from my trip, which will be in February, late February. I will assess what I'm going to get rid of then. The 46ers, there's no way I'm getting rid of them.
You got Canadian
No,
passport?
I didn't. Train Farmer, I did not pay that much. I said that's how much it sold. One sold for. I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to spend that much money on that engine. I did buy one from him, and it cost me $420. Well, that was roughly about the par what you'd be paying for a Australian engine anyway with the Dakota in it.
Have the figure out.
But no, I've got some more stuff that I've got underneath the deck, underneath the main layer too. I've got to pull out. Going to go through what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to throw away. So, well, not throw away, sell. Yeah. So yeah. I'm going to put another invite up and see if anybody else wants to come up. If not, I am. I'll go for about another. I'll go at least for another half an hour. But yeah, no, there are some people here, Train Famer, that will. What's the word? Go over with their bidding. They don't know when to cut off. I've seen on that website some brand new stuff that was actually going triple the amount than what you can buy brand new. It's just what people are doing. It's like crazy. It's just
that's why I stick with the old school stuff and try and find something that needs work and fix it up myself. It's just crazy.
Well,
it's just,
yeah.
I can't afford to buy brand new stuff, that's for sure.
Well, the Bex, she's going to have to put you out to work. She's going to have to give you a nighttime job.
She already got the whip out on me. Nah.
Oh, she'll definitely get the whip out on you. I mean, what is it going right now for a gigolo at nights?
They pay him to keep his clothes on.
Beck said they pay me to keep me clothes on.
Hey, it's still money. Beck, it's still money. I mean, at least you'll get something. Even if it is only $10. Okay.
Yeah, you might have seen this the other day, Artie, but I've had a bit of a win. I got all the buffers on now.
Haven't you painted it yet?
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah,
you
well-
got it on. Now you got to pull it apart to paint it.
yeah, it's all right. Look, beautiful.
Okay.
I'm putting.
So, yeah.
I got to get some. I need some handbrake thingies. I want to put them on before I paint it too. So yeah.
I've got some here.
Yeah, I've got some.
I have got some, but I'm
Oh.
not going on my hands. I'm not getting on my hands and knees to dig it out.
What's up, guys?
Who's this ugly mug?
Yeah, ugly's right.
Hey, Jason.
Man, come on! I'm only growing this so I can keep. So you and me be a matching pair. What the hell's going on?
What can I say? I'm starting
let
over
me
for
down.
2024.
Hey? How are you, Jason? How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm alive. As you see, it's middle of the day and it's starting to get dark around here. So,
It's raining.
yeah,
Raining.
you keep it over there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be raining here shortly. I
Yeah,
think they
apparently.
did it.
Yeah, I just saw.
rain, like,
I just saw the
all
weather
day.
thing flip up, Jason.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain like all day tomorrow, all day Christmas Day. It's instead of a white Christmas, we're getting a wet Christmas.
Well, you guys are taking a copy page from us. So
Yeah.
that's what's forecasted here. I mean, I am going to go and do a video tonight.
So I
There's-
did the new locomotive today.
Is it the orange and black one?
No, it's actually yellow and gray. And it's the only Onion Pacific I will own.
Onion Pacific.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
Only
Very
one
nice.
I will ever own.
Very,
So-
very nice.
I take it you're going to run that on your layout, Jason?
No, it's going on display.
Oh,
Oh,
No, my layout, I'm very, very particular with it. I am a huge dictator when it comes to what goes on my layout. And so if it's anything that is not Cottonville, Mopac, Rock Island, or Ashley Jura Northern that does not fit the era for 1958, it is not allowed on the layout. That's my
see,
rule.
I'm different.
This
I'll run
definitely-
these with my BNSF engine.
I mean, I might put it on there like if I'm just testing, like a install that I did. But other than that, it's not going to do like any operations on the layout. So
Oh,
over
wait,
half
wait,
of
wait,
the
wait,
stuff you see up here,
More
it's
users.
my display. So
fine. I'll just keep my old stuff in the box. That's fine. Yeah.
Hang on, Artie. I'm fixing to enrage the rivet counters.
all right, I'm gonna put this back up.
Jason has caused me to do this. That's going to take me a minute, Artie. So,
Oh. But you can always do it on.
Is this
See,
like a spot difference or what?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
But I
all right, I'm
mean,
going to have
like,
to.
you see, with the basic, okay, I've got the European train running on my layout at the moment. But at the end of the day, most of the stuff that I've got on there is
I don't have any
basically
trucks that
stuff
that's
from
on
the 50s right up to about 92.
Okay.
And a lot of it is Tuscan. Now, eventually, when Richard comes over, he'll bring his candy stuff over. Because the candy started coming out in early 80s, he can actually run on my layout too if we go down that path.
I think everything should be painted in candy.
That's it.
So Randall's going to go find a special locomotive, huh?
Oh yeah, I've got it right here.
My only exception is the reverse color scheme.
Hey, well, look, the stuff that you got all originated from this era, which was a good era.
That's
and
right.
look at it. It was that perfect, the color scheme, that they had it running right up to 1992.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and yeah, it's Tuscan Indian red. It was simple. Just let me go and change my camera. Okay, the only thing that's out of place on my layout at the moment is the European train. But apart from that, the other two that's running in the layout, like you've got the 442 down the bottom with the passenger cars and the 44, which is about to go down in the far side. They're pretty much all in the same era, in the same color scheme. We're on here having fun. Yeah.
Artie, is that your trains in the background that's going ding ding ding?
No.
No, that's me.
Ah, okay. I was wondering what that dinging was coming from.
Well, that's the crossing gate. The train's going past.
Ah.
Okay, Randall's got his up. Okay, let's have a look.
There you go. The consist we all want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frisco engine up front, a BNSF engine in the middle, and another Frisco engine on the rear.
Well, go and tell BNSF to do that for you.
They won't do it.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, this will never happen.
Okay.
Like I said before, we should all just be thankful we got the sticker units. So.
Oh. Okay. We have a disaster. We have a
That
train
didn't
wreck.
sound good.
Yeah,
What's happening here, Artie?
Hey. We had the Spirit of Progress run up the back of the freight train.
Oh,
That's never good.
Oh, no.
That means you got a train crew that failed the recognize a red signal.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a drug test right there.
Bloody Germans. Red's
Well,
red.
the actual truth of the story is the driver had a heart attack on the wheel.
No. He was perving at the chick at the when was that last one that they had? Where Spirit of Progress did run up the back of a passenger train. Was it Springville?
Oh, jeez.
It was down over the Victorian border. And the Spirit of Progress, which was an all-seater, ran up the back of the Southern Aurora, which was an all-sleeper service to Melbourne. There was a fair few killed in that one. Okay, well, before I clean up the wreck, I will show you guys what it looked like. Let me just put everything on pause.
Better get the cranes
Okay, so
out
my
of the crew out.
old train aficionado say he tried to take the body off of a GP40 like I got that Atlas one. So
Hey, James.
I've never disassembled that engine, so that's actually the first time I actually had it out of the box and looked at it. So.
Ooh. Oh, I've seen that. What the hell happened there?
So, Chris, a lot of time the Atlas locomotives, the shell, or the hood of the shell is not the same piece as the walking platforms.
Yep.
And there's clips in there that you have to kind of force out. So it's kind of like you're separating the shell from the walking platforms. And that's how you have to do it. But you don't want to be too rough, otherwise you could risk breaking a clip.
Yep.
So you got to have a little bit of force, but not too much force. You got to find that happy medium. So
The B40-8Ws are like that too.
Oh, jeez, carnage, Artie, carnage.
Ooh,
yeah,
Yeah,
my,
but yes, they-
it's like what happens on my layout, Artie.
yeah, all of my Atlas Alcos are that way. Forgot I left that. Let's see if I can grab one real quick. Show you.
You got controls of the. You still got controls of the channel there, Jason.
Do I?
Yeah, you should still have controls of it. Just try it out.
Well, I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll make you a large then.
Yeah, yeah, blow me up real quick. I got one of my Alcos here.
Okay, hi, Steve. Have a Merry Christmas, bud. I'm going to go and clean up this train wreck.
All right, so Chris, if you're watching,
Yep.
This-
Yeah, yep,
this is an Atlas.
yep.
So literally, you kind of have to be careful and not try to break the handrails too. But there we go. But this is literally how you get it off. So Athearn has their walking platforms attached to their shelf, to the hoods in the cab. Atlas is a little different. So there you go. Pretty simple. Now I got to put this one back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck with it. I'll put it together later. I don't know. I might just use that decoder that I was going to use in Artie's locomotive and put it in this one.
I will say this: some of the Athearn Genesis engines have the body screwed on them because I have a F45 that's that way, and the SD60M is that way. The older ones, I don't know about the newer ones, but
I know the newer ones because I had a guy
Okay.
send me 8 locomotives, and I just finished up 4. I still have 4 more, and he actually gave me 4 more today. And I'm going and adding platform lights, ground lights, and step lights on all of his locomotives. I
that
just
sounds like a
uploaded
tool.
on my community page where the hobby shop that I met him at, he lives in Essex, Missouri, which is not far from you, Randall.
Yeah.
But he met me at the hobby shop there in Bald Knob, and I took a picture of 2 of the locomotives all lit up like a Christmas tree on their little demo layout there, and I posted it on my community page for the public to see. It looks pretty slick.
I'll have to look at that.
But yeah, that's something I've been doing for him here recently. So yeah, 12 locomotives, and it's the same guy that I ended up buying the BSA unit from. And the only reason he wanted to get rid of the BSA unit is because Union Pacific repainted it last year. So there's no more BSA Heritage. It's officially been repainted.
Oh, okay.
And then he also told me that the Olympic units have been repainted. So I can't remember what their numbers were, but yeah, the 2 Salt Lake City Olympic units have been repainted. But I just wanted to show, Chris, how to pop the shells off.
Okay. I'm here. I'm just trying to clean up this mess.
Artie, good luck with that because you are a mess.
Well, we know that.
The covers look like they're way off on this.
I don't know if that's anything you can clean up, Artie.
Hey?
Let me see if I can get everybody else. I don't know if I can or can't. Says I can stream it to my audience, so obviously you got something on here. I don't think I can do anything, Artie.
Yeah.
Because on my phone, all it's giving me is Mike, Cam, chat, more, and leave.
Oh,
So-
hang on. Let me have a look. Let me have a
I
look.
don't think I can change it up. And I'm sure everybody's tired of looking at the guy in a purple shirt.
Okay.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. I'll just get try to get my train started up again since I cleaned up the mess.
I'm
Yeah,
really
mine's a
hoping
jam.
Caltrains adds Frisco to their SD40-2s. I think those are going to look awesome when they do them.
Yeah, I don't think I have any SD40-2s. I got an SD40. This is my lone SD40.
Southern Pacific.
Yeah,
Is
that's a cool one, Jason.
that an actual color scheme, or is that a?
So Pacific had 2 locomotives painted like this in the daylight.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And it was for puller service to the 4449 somewhere in Oregon or Northern California. I can't remember. But when the 4449, the GS4 daylight steam locomotive would do excursion services with such a long passenger consist, I don't think it was strong enough by itself on the steep grades. So they had 2 diesels that they put in front of it to help pull the really long
Help it
train.
along. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
And I think, too, they also had it for dynamic braking, keep them burn the brake shoes off of it, too.
That could be it, because I would think maybe the steam locomotive is strong enough. So you might be right on that one, Randall. It might have been for dynamic braking.
Because when 1522 did the employee appreciation specials, the videos I've seen it, they would have probably not an engine like this. This is AC 4400, but they would have like a -9 behind it. And from everything I read, that was for dynamic braking. Because if it didn't have that locomotive behind it, it would just smoke the brake shoes right off the engine. So
I know with the 4014 and the 844 that Union Pacific runs, they typically do run a diesel behind it. The last time that I saw the 844, it actually had the BSA Heritage unit behind it. The first time I saw the 844, it had a UP 1982, which is the MOP unit. They use it for auxiliary power, which is more or less for the passenger cars, the consist on the backside. But there was an instance when the 4014 was doing its, whole Western U.S. tour. When it was going from New Orleans up to Dallas, it actually ended up running out of water. And so they had the diesel behind it, pushing the 4014 and pulling the rest of the passenger fleet. And then until it could get to the next stop on the schedule for refill. So yeah, the 4014 actually ended up running out of water one time.
Yeah,
That's why they have those on there, mainly for backup, but it's mostly for auxiliary.
yeah.
Okay, I got my trains running again.
Mine's not running.
Pardon?
No, mine are turned off.
You didn't have to replace the trains with buses, Artie?
We had a big massive landslide here. The bus service is not working at the moment.
But,
I'm running the South Coast system here. You know what it's like. When the things go bad, it goes bad.
Oh, yeah.
When a train stops running, the buses stop running.
Pretty much.
Oh, when was it? What year was it? I can't remember.
Was it the 98 floods?
Yeah, they'd stopped the trains, but they couldn't even run the buses down from Sydney. G'day, Marty.
I got caught up in that.
And there was another one. We had that big bushfire after that. Or was it before the floods?
Yeah, that's when Artie wanted to burn everything down.
No, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. It was one of my workmates. Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't even my workmate. It was some kid from the RFS, which is the Rural Fire Service up in Helensburgh. He started a fire out in Helensburgh in 2 spots. They end up having to close the railway line first. And then while the firefighters were down there, he ended up starting another fire up by the freeway. So they had to close the freeway down as well. So there was no way coming down by rail or bus.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell y'all this. Since Union Pacific got the big boy, restored and up and running, there's a locomotive I wish the city of Sacramento would allow Union Pacific to restore and get back to running. I think it would be really cool to see.
Yeah.
And that is the last living Southern Pacific capital.
The only way a lot of that will start is if someone comes up with a nice big thick wallet and
not necessarily. Not necessarily. I've got a story on that, but let me say hi to Marty's Train Shed and Kyle Stevens. So Kyle popped in.
He's been drowning his sorrows after we put up that the Goth Girls album.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the hobby shop owners, the guy's name is Craig, and he used to work for the Federal Department of Transportation. He was assigned to the railroads. He knows a lot of people with the Class 1 railroads. He's actually good friends with Dickens. For those who don't know who he is the guy that is over the UP steam fleet. So big name, right?
Yeah.
And I've even heard Craig talk on his cell phone with Ed. I've shook hands with Ed numerous times. Every time that the 844 or the 4014 has came through our area, except for the last time because I was live, I got to shake Ed Dickens' hand. So that's probably been like 3 or 4 times. But with that being said, there was an instance, the Cotton Belt, which is the railroad that I model, their last living steam locomotive, and it is also known as the Arkansas State steam locomotive, the Cotton Belt 819, currently sits in the Arkansas Railroad Museum there in Pine Bluff, which during the war era, the Cotton Belt actually ended up building 10, it's either 10 or 15, I think it's 10 of their own locomotives. They would have the firebox delivered by Baldwin. Baldwin would ship the boilers or the fireboxes, but the Cotton Belt actually built the locomotives. And so the 819 is the last one. It has been restored once before, but it got past inspection, and they've been trying to raise money to restore it. And it's been sitting dark ever since the mid '90s. I actually got to ride behind it on its last voyage run, which was in '95, which I was a little kid at that time. So Union Pacific, it's been about 10 years ago, offered the city of Pine Bluff, who owns the locomotive because it was gifted to them, to fully get it back up and restored and add it to the UP steam fleet, but under the conditions that it be housed in Cheyenne, where the UP steam fleet could easily maintain it. And the city of Pine Bluff said, not no, but heck no, because the Arkansas Railroad Museum that is located in Pine Bluff, that is their flagship locomotive. That is, their pride and joy, in other words. And so they did not want their pride and joy having to be stored up in, several thousand miles away, a couple thousand miles away, and only get to see it like every 2 years, as an excursion service. So you would be surprised with what Union Pacific could offer, but they're not just going to offer to restore it and then let you have it back.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, they'll get it restored, get it in working condition under the condition of we house it where we want to house it because it's on our rails. So now they're not going to restore a locomotive for like the that's an ex Frisco or an ex, Burlington, anything that is under the BNSF umbrella. They're not going to restore those.
Yeah, that would have to be BNSF that would either have to pull that off or somebody.
Right. But since the Cotton Belt was a subsidiary of Southern Pacific, and Southern Pacific ended up becoming the Union Pacific Railroad, a lot of people don't know that either. Then it has to be Union Pacific to do it. So, that's a different subject for a different day on how the SP and the UP actually merged. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, well, I was over in the US, the stateside, when after the official handover, and following Interstate 10 and 20 across the southern states, going across from LA to Miami. All we saw was the ex-Southern Pacific lines, all the UP trains, all parked up, going nowhere. There was a line open for the Amtrak passenger train, but everything else, it was all just parked up. Steins in New Mexico, remember the gentleman there at the general store was saying that they actually had, UP actually had an engine there that ran out of fuel. It was sitting there for that long.
Yeah.
There's even been times where they actually unhook the engine and take it down to, I don't know what the nearest main place is, just to get it refueled and then brought it back up again. Geez, I tell you what, that was a big mess then.
All right, so I'm going to read this off because, like I said, this is interesting for those who don't know.
Hold on. Hey, everybody, I'm going to be leaving. I got some things to do here, but I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Okay.
And we'll see you all again soon, everybody. Take
Okay,
care.
Thomas, have a Merry
All right,
Christmas.
see you, Thomas. Have a good holidays and Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Take
Merry
care.
Christmas and Happy New Year, Tom.
Yeah, thanks.
You too, buddy.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
See you.
Okay, so I'm going to read this off. So keep in mind, this is back in 1996. So the years of financial problems have dropped Southern Pacific's mileage to 13,715 miles of total track. Financial problems caused the Southern Pacific Transportation Company to be taken over by the Union Pacific Corporation. The parent Southern Pacific Rail Corporation, which was formerly Rio Grande Industries, the Denver and Rio Grande Western, the St. Louis Southwestern Railway, which is Cotton Belt, and the Southern Pacific Chicago Short Line Corporation was also taken over by the Union Pacific Corporation. The Union Pacific Corporation merged the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad, Cotton Belt, and SPCSL Corporation into their Union Pacific Railroad, but did not merge the Southern Pacific Transportation Company into the Union Pacific Railroad. Instead, the Union Pacific Corporation merged the Union Pacific Railroad into the Southern Pacific Transportation Company on February 1st of 1998. The Southern Pacific Transportation Company became the surviving railroad, and at the same time, the Union Pacific Corporation renamed the Southern Pacific Transportation to Union Pacific Railroad. Thus, the Southern Pacific Transportation Company became and is still operating as the current incarnation of the UP Railroad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of railroad history, how Frisco works with BNSF. Burlington Northern predecessor, CB&Q, Chicago, Burlington, Quincy actually owned large portions of the Frisco Railroad. So when BN was formed, they already owned a good chunk of Frisco. So, but they couldn't. The way I read it was they couldn't officially merge the railroads together. It couldn't be part of the 1970 merger. And I can't remember the reason why, but they would not allow Frisco to join the other railroads in the original BN merger. They had to wait like 10 years. So in 1980, Frisco eventually became part of Burlington Northern, and then 1995 happens the BNSF merger, and here's where you're at today. But
Yeah. You see, what with us here, what ended up happening here was a lot of the lines here, or even the trains, were owned by the government, the state government. The state governments around the state. Like in New South Wales, we used to be known as New South Wales Government Railways or State Rail Authority at one stage. And towards the 90s, what ended up happening was in New South Wales itself, they started splitting up the entities to become their own body. Like you had the Sydney Metropolitan Trail, like the suburban line, and the inner city that comes down to Myers Way and up in Newcastle. The government retained that under their own flagship or underneath their own banner. The long distance train became Country Link, the interstate services, and the ones that go out the country, that was obviously Country Link. But the freight portion of it became a separate entity too, which became a corporation within itself. Those equipment is still owned by the government, but it has to run like a profitable business. So we got three different sections here in our state. Victoria, it privatized everything. It privatized its freight service. It privatized its passenger fleet in the Melbourne city of Melbourne. The only thing that it owns down there is the trackage. South Australia and Queensland the same. The governments actually own the suburban passenger services, but the freight is actually running as a business. The tracks are still government owned, so all the government infrastructure, that's all government owned. Now, when you have new projects that come up, like what they have spent in a lot, the last big major track project was Alice Springs to Darwin Rail Link. Now, that rail line was actually paid. Okay, the government funded that project, but they funded under the condition that a freight company would actually be using that line. The biggest reason why they built that line to Darwin is so a company like Patrick's, Pacific National, some of these export companies that run in containers can run trains from Melbourne, Adelaide, up to Darwin Port. So the containers can be offloaded onto the ships and go straight to Asia. Instead of having all those ships coming all the way down to Melbourne, or Sydney for that matter too. Patrick's tried to pull out, but the government said, no, you got a contract. We put that line in for you. You got to pay for that line. The line that's up here at Mossvale, that would have been one of the first lines that were actually being put in for an actual company. The initial company that paid for the usage and the use of that line was the local steelworks, because it had to get its iron ore down from Marulan. Or not Marulan.
Mossvale. Oh, lots.
No, not Marulan. Berrima. There was a little iron ore mine up at Berrima, but they needed to get its limestone down from Marulan. Limestone is a flux that they use in steel production. And also had the coal mines up there. So the government put that line in there for the steel mill. So he didn't have to go travel an extra 180, 100, or nearly 200 kilometers an hour to do a trip into Sydney and then come back down. That line was actually put to come down the side of the mountain, a shortcut, basically. There is a line that is being built from Melbourne to Brisbane, which goes through the inland of this state. They're blowing out a budget. The government is actually funding that project. And that's to run containers between Melbourne and Brisbane. They're funding it, but at the end of the day, who's going to be paying for it is actually the freight companies. So that's how we work over here. Yeah. Marty, you all packed and ready to go yet or not? Yeah, that's if Marty's still here.
There we go. I didn't get to say hi to Dave a second ago because I didn't have the chat up. So Crooked River and Eastern, if you're still here, Merry Christmas, buddy. Hey, Marty.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hey, that is Santa's favorite scale. It's H-O-H-O-H-O.
Look at this. Somebody's in Santa's workshop.
Yep, I'm in the toy shop.
Is that all your giveaways?
Yeah.
Hey, Marty.
How are you?
Good, good.
No, this is more like the giveaways. I can play around because I got the green screen down.
Oh, what? You're hiding your mess. Yeah. So you're packed and ready to go, Marty?
Sort of packed. I didn't really unpack from the last time because the thermal protective wear that you need to take, you know, I'm not going to use it here, so it stayed in the suitcase.
Marty, I expect you to throw your hands up in the air when you start going down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be more like Mr. Bean, I think, just sitting here.
Yeah, you got to play the part.
Whee! There we go.
Ah, dear.
Just don't be like Artie and then lean over to the side and hurl.
Yeah.
Oh!
We're going round there.
Hey.
Yeah, the corkscrew always fun.
That's the one up at Dreamworld, isn't it? Or the one at
At
Coomera?
Movie World, yeah, the new, I don't know, Phantom Ride or something at Movie World.
Yeah.
Some nausea-inducing ride.
I'll tell you, the fastest one I ever rode was in Six Flags in Texas. It was in Arlington, Texas, which is the DFW area.
Okay.
And it took a straight drop down, and as it goes down in the ground and then back out. Like they built a little tunnel to get that more speed, and I think it got like 80, 90 miles an hour, almost 100. It was really close to 100.
Ah, cool.
That's the fastest I've ever gone on a roller coaster, and that was wild.
Well, it's crazy because the thing that got me into model railroading was actually carnival rides and making models of carnival rides and the likes. And
I'll be right back. I'm just going to get a top up.
And it's interesting. The oldest roller coaster in the world is actually in Melbourne, and that's the Scenic Railway at Luna Park. It first
I always
opened
want to go for a ride on that.
Yep, 1912 it first opened.
That's the one that's manually operated, right?
Yeah, they got brakemen on the cars.
Wow, that's pretty old school.
So yes, but yeah, roller coasters are pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting.
So, okay.
So what is everyone's plans for their next 2 days?
Oh, well.
Well, I'll be up here in Springfield till January 19th, so probably just be sitting here, probably either doing a trip. I figure what's going to happen is they're going to deadhead a bunch of crews home tomorrow, so that's why I went down. I got lucky, got a trip down to there today, so I went and had Christmas dinner and everything with my brother and his family today, and then probably tomorrow I'll probably working, if I had to guess.
Are you
So,
still doing transport?
Not sure about
service
Christmas Day. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess it's eating and drinking and then
Yeah.
rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Boxing Day, we plan to do some more wiring on my brother's layout, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, tomorrow's pretty much a family day.
Yeah. Thank. I got my family coming in tomorrow, and then Monday. I might be working on the layout. I've got some stuff, electrical stuff I need to relocate. More or less where I can get easier access for when I build the bottom level.
Oh, yep. Oh.
So probably when I'm not doing nothing, twirling my thumbs in May, start tackling putting this new decoder in one of these engines. So
Is that the mobile decoder? Yeah.
yeah, that's just regular mobile. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to put sound in either one of these. So I just want something where when I turn the beacon on, it'll flash. And if these decoders work good, I've got a couple of Kansas City Southern tunnel motors I'm going to stick these in too. So
Yeah. The only mobile one I've got is the 2110.
yeah.
But
I just went for the board replacement on these. So
if you like using the 9-pin, I'll tell you this is pretty cool, Randall. They make a JST at the 9 to 21 pin.
oh yeah, I've heard about those. So
I've used them a couple of times, and the adapter is
Steve.
solder pads on them. But
okay.
yeah,
Hi,
I've got.
Steve 87. Yep. John, what were you showing there?
Okay, I think okay, yeah, this one's fixing to go in my Jeep 7. I'm fixing to put that in.
Blue Nami. I've heard
Yeah, I was
of
looking at those Blue Namis at Iron Planet Hobbies, Jason. They're pretty cool. They're a little pricey, but
So all it is, it's a Tsunami 2 with added Bluetooth. That's it.
Yep.
So if you got a DCC system, Soundtracks might hate me on this one, but if you have a DCC system and you're not taking your trains anywhere else, this is actually kind of a waste. But if you don't have a DCC system and you don't have at least, say, 10 locomotives that you want to convert to DCC and sound, this is definitely the best way to go.
mm-hmm.
It's much cheaper to pay the little bit of extra for this than to, buy Tsunami 2s and a DCC system. So
Yeah, I'll actually look at it. Yeah, that'd be very interesting. That'd be
Or
very
even if you're starting out new in the hobby, why buy a DCC system? You just buy a 12-volt power pack and hook that up to your rails, and Bob's your ex-prime minister.
Richard,
there you go.
They'll be an ideal. They'll be ideal to put in your brother's AC, that engine I'm doing up, fixing up for him.
Oh yeah.
You want me to put that in it?
Yeah.
I saw Steve's comment. So no, it was not. It was not the lawnmower. It was the neighbor's goat.
I've got
neighbor's goat. I hate to.
I've got a box.
What you're doing with the neighbor's goat.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Marty.
There's a whole
I got plenty here if you want some, Artie.
You got one there? Have you got a GE one there?
I've got a GE. Yep. The only other place that's selling Blue Namis I know of in Australia is Hobby Tech in Perth, and they want 330 for a Dakota.
Nah, forget it. Nah.
Mine
I'll wait.
Mine are 256.
Yeah, I'll
I
wait.
forgot what they were on the planet, 100 and something.
Well, y'all got to think about exchange rate too, because
Shipping,
Australian
import
dollar
duty.
is not the same.
So yeah, they're selling them at $300 over at Perth. Well, yeah, I got them at 250.
Well,
I'll get one in the US at Amherst.
Yeah, it's the same price because that's where I'm basing all my prices on is the US MSRP.
Yeah, but see, Jason will give me a good deal.
So, with me being a Soundtracks distributor, their prices have just gone up, or they're fixing to go up for the first of the year.
Yeah.
So, something to keep in mind if you're wanting to get, you better do it before the end of the year because the prices will go up. Right now, they're $162.95 MSRP. I sell them for $130.36.
Yeah,
and that's USD.
Yeah, these decoders here is like $24. The motor decoders.
Yeah, the mobile ones are cheap, but I'm talking about the Blue Namis.
Yeah.
Richard, ask your brother, Richard, before I get one, ask your brother if he's willing to pay that much for a decoder.
About $250, $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
So
he'll probably say yeah.
Okay.
So, Archie, what I'm selling it for compared to Australian dollars is $191.68.
Yeah. Still cheaper than here. Still cheaper than here.
Oh, shit.
But you probably got to factor shipping too.
Yeah. So by the time I put shipping on their import duty, it came out that I'm selling them at, to equate to the 130 in the US, I'm selling them at 250 with shipping and the likes, but yeah.
But Jason, how much does it cost to ship to South Carolina? It only cost about $20, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, not $20. I could ship it to South Carolina for a little more than 10, like maybe $10.20.
Well, it's a lot cheaper than shipping it here. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you after in the next week after the new year because we got to discuss my orange engine and everything else, and I'll check you the money because I don't think I'm going to make it to your place.
I just got an email from them a couple of weeks ago, maybe not even a couple of weeks ago, that gave me like updated pricing. Oh, here it is. Okay.
But the price that you get and the price that you sell is two different things.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So their MSRP right now is $162.95 for the Blue Namis. That is going up to $169.95 at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it's bugger all.
Is it just the Blue Nami or is it across the board that they're going up?
Everything is going up.
Okay.
So give me an example and I'll tell you what it is now and what it's going up to. I've got all the prices here in front of me. So
I mean, like these motor decoders here. Yeah.
Okay, so like it's the 1 amps.
I can give you the number. It's the PN85 2002.
2002. All right, so let me look on their website and see what it's about. The 2002.
Yeah.
That's the PMP board, right? Yeah. So right now it's $28.95 is MSRP, and looks like it's going to stay the same.
Yeah,
okay.
Still the same.
That's good.
Yeah. And let's see what I sell those for is $23.16.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I sell them for 80% or 20% off. That's what I sell my stuff for. So if you ever want to know how much does the Training Freak sell soundtracks, decoders, and whatnot, you just go to Soundtracks' website, take the price there, and multiply it by 0.8. That's what I sell it.
Okay.
I think IPH is about the same.
Yeah.
So,
I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks because
Yeah.
I'm going to get you to finish up that engine and get that shipped over to South Carolina for me, and I'll get that. Depending on what Richard's brother says, Daniel says to me about the Blue Army decoder, whether he wants that. If not, then I'm going to get the Tsunami 2 decoder for his Broadway Limited engine, the one that he cooked.
the only reason why I'm putting a Blue Nami in my Jeep 7 is just for demo purposes. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, when it's going to be like used in my layout, it's probably never going to be. Well, I can't say never. 90% of the 90% of the time, it's probably just going to be used with DCC. So unless maybe I'm using it as a local and it's the only engine, I'm not consisting anything with it. And if my operator wants to use his own smartphone to control it, then that'd be that. So, but if it's going to be consistent, if it's going to be consistent with any other locomotives, it's got to be DCC.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. Like with the AC 6000 that I've got of Daniels. See, they lay out Richard normally runs on DC still, so they'll come in handy for him to put the Blue Nami in it.
I'll tell you what's great about the Blue Nami. If you're a big enough scale, I want to say ON30S, O scale. If you're big enough and you've got the space, you might be able to get away with it on like maybe some HO steam. Is putting a battery in it and power the decoder by the battery.
Mm-hmm.
You could theoretically run your trains on what's called dead rail. That means there's no current to the rail. You don't have to worry about dirty track ever. You don't have to worry about dead
a
spot.
G-Gauge Climax behind me, and I'm halfway through putting a Blue Nami with battery on board, and flickering firebox effect and a few other effects.
That's literally the way of the future.
Yep.
Now,
And this battery, I reckon I'll get 2.5 hours of runtime, and you're round about an hour and a half charging.
Yeah. So the Arkansas Lego Club, or also known as ArcLug, they're really big into Lego trains. They actually make their own. And they even went as far as installing Blue Nami and LED lighting in Lego trains.
Yep.
That they've created and designed. They've got a 4014, they've got an 844. I've even seen they made this guy in Lego. It's a Cotton Belt Bicentennial unit. I have seen it in Lego, and they added marker lights, the Mars strobe on the top between the number boards, the solid lights on there. I mean, including the backup markers and backup lights. Yeah, Legos. And they're using Blue Nami with battery.
Yeah.
And they can just control it with the phone, and it's, more or less, that's like the way to go, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Lego group up here in Brisbane, it's called Briz Bricks. They're all Blue Nami. They're using the 4 amps and the 2 amp battery on board.
The BLU 2200 and BLU 4400s.
Yeah, the 22 and 44s. So Artie, so you sell your what PNPs for what 130?
Hey, me.
Okay.
130 US.
Explain what.
I'm not selling anything.
No, not you.
Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you said Artie.
You
I
said,
was
you're saying me. You
I'm
didn't
trying
say-
to trying to do more than one thing here, and it confuses
Yeah.
me. So,
So I'll have to wait.
Queenslander. His
well,
brain is.
if
the
you
truth
want
is
for
that-
130
the truth
US,
is-
Artie, I'll do you the same price, and they'll be here. So
Well, bring it with you. Bring it with you to Amherst, and we'll swap over there, right?
what?
Take it to Amherst and give it to me there.
Are you going in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm heading over on the 20th.
Well,
Oh,
hey, if you're going to
I go on
Amherst,
the
you can
22nd.
just, if you're going to Amherst, you can just go and say hi to George because Soundtracks will be there.
Yeah, well, I'm picking an
Well-
order up off George because then it saves me shipping it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to be going soon, George. I'm hoping to run into George soon because I want to talk some business with him when I'm over there. So, what am I selling? Little sachets. Postmodern. But I mean, the contents is going to be a mystery. Okay. Yeah.
That was a big flash of lightning. We got another storm coming over.
It looks for these guys behind you. So see, Marty. See, the problem with Marty is, you see, it's hot, it's humid, and the truth is, he's melting there in the humidity.
Yep.
And he can't think straight.
So the problem with Marty is he's in the way of people trying to get in and out of the beach area.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Look, I'm trying to explain to them that there's a reason that swimming pools were invented, because there's stuff that wants to eat you in there. Okay, especially in Australia, we got this is down the end of my street, and there's a lot of sharks down there. You go further north, you don't have so much of a shark problem because the crocodiles tend to eat the sharks, so you don't have any shark problems up there. But around here, that's why swimming pools were invented. There's nothing going to eat you in a swimming pool.
Hey, trust me, I get it. We've got, even being inland as far as I am, we still got alligators, and we've got what's called alligator gar. It's like a fish. I don't know if you would have to look it
I've
up.
seen them. Oh,
They have a really long snout, like an alligator or a crocodile, with a whole bunch of teeth. It is some of the ugliest looking fish you'll ever see. And I do not recommend catching one and cooking it and eating it because it is slimy.
Oh,
It is slimy.
that's the same as that gollyfish down in Florida. Oh, geez, I tell you what, that is slimy too. Especially when you get it, when you hook it up, when you get it hooked on your line, and then you go. When you think about you grabbing it to take the hook off, you go, nah, I'm just going to cut the line. Not touching that.
That's hilarious, Steve.
Um,
Hey, Postmodern Model Works, how's it going?
yep. I'll even for Chetfield graders, comments. Well,
Yeah, I'm not even keeping up with chat. I'll be honest with you.
I think the most dangerous critters that we have here, well, our waters are reasonably safe, except for during feeding time, because we do have some of the sharks down here off our waters. But all we got is basically snakes and red belly and the brown snake here, and the funnel web. I haven't seen any funnel webs here at my place.
Don't forget the drop bears.
I did have some. I did have a red belly at the back, but it's gone now. I do have some big, large, over 3, 4 large skinks, but they're not poisonous. They usually pop their heads out and say g'day, and they're not worried. But Red, there's nothing down here that's going to concern us. It's from Marty's place north that you got to worry about. There's more stuff in there that'll get you.
Yeah. I know here, as far as like our snakes and stuff go, we got 7 different species of venomous snakes. Where I live, there's only 6. The 7th one is like far southwest Arkansas. And it's actually the deadliest one out of the 7, so I don't have to worry about that one. And the only reason why it's the deadliest is because of how rare it is. They don't have a lot of anti-venom for it.
Yeah.
So that's what it's the Texas coral snake. So that's what makes it deadly. But where I live out in the sticks, so I know we have a lot of venomous snakes out here. But I know for me, as long as I keep like the leaves that fall from the trees pretty much contained, especially before spring comes, get them all burned, get them all out of the way. That makes it to where the moles don't want to come around, and if the moles don't come around, the snakes don't come around.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I will see like black racers, which is like a king snake, or black king snakes, in other words. And if I see them around, I'm like, hey, y'all doing your job. You're going to find the venomous snakes. Y'all have at it. I leave them alone because, they're taking care of my snake problem. But
well, you see, with the red belly that I had here, I don't mind it because it doesn't go venturing too much, and it keeps the mouse population down. But as a rule of thumb, you don't go chasing it, looking for it, and start poking it. Not like what Steve does. Goes around looking for a snake, start poking at him. Of course, it's going to bite you. You poke anyone, it's going to snap at you, aren't they?
You leave it alone, it'll leave you alone.
Yeah. And
so
the big skinks that I've got here, they've actually kept my race population down, so they're fine. I don't get rid of them.
So postmodern have made a good point. The snakes, they don't like mothballs, and that's very true. But I also have, pets and stuff, and I really don't want them getting into that stuff, between my dogs and my chickens. And some of the neighbors' chickens ends up getting in my yard too. So, I do like to try to keep my egg production going good. That's one less thing I got to worry about buying at the grocery store. But
you don't want the mothball flavored eggs, do you?
No, not at all. No. And the thing about the mothballs is they actually, once you get a good rain, it dissolves them, and then you have to go back and add more and add more and add more. So the main thing is as long as you keep your yard contained, keep the grass cut during the summertime, keep the leaves, at bay, in the spring, you really ain't got nothing to worry about. If you just let your yard go, Mother Nature's going to take over, and what comes with Mother Nature is some of the, animal species that you don't want in your yard.
Yeah, that's the same. That's the same here.
Yeah.
That's the same here. The only creature that I would like to see around my yard is the Australian blue tongue lizard. They're very good to have around the yard, particularly around the gardens. Because they get rid of all your snails for you. And I've got a big problem with snails around on my property here because of the top of the ground and that. I would love to have 1 or 2 of those here, at least, particularly at nights. Every time I go outside, I'm stepping on a snail. So having 1 or 2 of them around here will keep my snail population down.
Well, see, my chickens take care of my snail and slug population.
Yeah, I think Pixie would protest a bit if I had chickens in the backyard. And a couple of neighbours.
Yeah,
So,
we're looking at building a bigger coop and run, hopefully here pretty soon. So I'm probably going to get pulled away from the layout to work on that, from time to time, but it's going to be worth it for sure. So we'll see what happens.
Now, Marty, when are you flying out to stateside?
22nd.
Oh, so I'm going to be there before you.
Yeah, I get into Boston 6:30 on Tuesday morning.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I'm meeting some people up there, and we're going to look at some layouts, and we're going to George Celios's layout on the way down to Springfield, and then Springfield, and then after that, I'm going down to Newark for the week after the train show.
right. Well, my movement's going to be, look, I'm not going straight to Boston this time. I didn't want to get a risk of being snowed in on my return trip because I do have to come back home because I've got medical appointments and that. So I'm going into South Carolina. I'm going to need to sort some things out down in South Carolina before I head up. And then I'm driving up from South Carolina up into Boston. Stopping to meet some friends and that all on the way up. I'll be staying in Boston. I'll be coming over to just south of Boston. Then I'm going over to Springfield because it's only a couple of hours drive.
Yeah.
And you know what it's like for us, Marty. A couple of hours is only up the road for us.
Yeah, it's just a little drive down the post office.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, that's a letterbox. And then we're going to spend a week up in Boston with the folks there, and I'm heading over to Ohio. And from Ohio, I'm coming back down to South Carolina via Indiana and West Virginia and back down to here. Back to South Carolina because I've got some affairs I have to sort out.
Yeah, well, I'm going down to Newark and then meeting up with Dave Abeleys. Go do an op session on his on the Onondaga cutoff.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then I fly out on the Saturday.
So Artie, you're not going to come over here to mine and Randall's area and come visit?
Let's put it this way, I will try. It depends on how things go. It depends on how much I have to do down in South Carolina because I do have to sort out some affairs down there because I haven't been there since 2019, and I need to sort a few things out there first. If I can get that addressed, then yeah, I probably will come over. But if I can't get that sorted out, no, I won't. But
I mean, I-40 takes you all the way back to North Carolina.
Pardon?
I said I-40 takes you all the way back to North Carolina. Or you can go from Memphis down to Birmingham, Alabama, and then take 20 all the way back.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I'll see how I go. It all depends on how much I can get done because I'm getting a few things done before I head up to Boston. And if that all works out, I'll probably get a bit more time to shoot over to your place. Because there is some that I want to, a stepsister I want to visit in Memphis, just south of Memphis. Well, sort of like south of Memphis, Nashville, that sort of place. So I'm not that far away from you guys. But I'll see how it comes. I did have plans, but I cannot extend my stay for more than I have. I will be going back over again in October. So those who I don't see this trip, I'll come around and annoy you next trip.
So that means if I don't get your locomotive finished, I have till October now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Done deal. Done deal. Yeah. Sounds like you got it worked out, haven't you? Yeah.
You never know with me.
Well, that's the same here. But no, I do have those things I have to sort out.
Yeah.
Because at the moment it's starting to create another bit of stress for me here, and I have to get that sorted. Otherwise, everything that I have done over the years down over in South Carolina is all going to just blow up and go to shit, to put it bluntly. So I've got to get that sorted out. And yeah, I do need to spend a bit of time up in Boston because my stepmom, Mama Olsen, she hasn't been well. She is actually going in for another operation on the 10th of January. So I do want to spend a bit of time with them. They've helped me out a lot, particularly mentally and emotionally, that sort of thing, you know. So I do want to spend a bit of time with them. And I'm going to spend a good week with them. And then from there, I'm going to go and I don't know if you're still here. I'm going to go and gate crash over at Dave's place first. And then from there, I'm going over to Anthony. I'm going to go and collect my railjet from him. Attempt to collect my railjet from him. And then from there, I'm going to shoot from there. I'm going to head towards West Virginia. So we'll just see how things happen. Right.
Well, if you go to West Virginia, you definitely want to go see the. Oh shoot, my mind just went blank. Over at Cass Scenic Railroad, the Hosler, the Climaxes, and the crap. My mind just like totally went blank.
They got shades over there too, though, or not?
Shay, that's it. The Shays.
Shay, yeah. I'm not going to get time to go and see it. I know of it. I know of it down there. I'm going to see a good friend of mine that's down at Prince.
Okay.
The Prince down by New River, next to New River. I'm going to spend a couple of days with him. Now, he works for CSX/Amtrak. He looks after the station down there. I will do some roll fanning. Oh, here we go again. Okay. I think the train's going to have a break.
Yeah, you're going to have to fire that crew. That's twice that crew
Speaking of
has
Amtrak,
yeah, that's
twice. Speaking of Amtrak, there's rumbling. Yeah, there's speaking of Amtrak, there's rumblings that they could be coming back to Springfield, Missouri again.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, someone was mentioning that the other day.
Well, I know one of the crews I was hauling the other day, they was talking about it, and they said if that happens, they'll be BNSF be forced to shorten their trains to no longer than 7,500 feet if that happens.
Yeah, well,
which means they can't run the double length coal trains anymore.
Yeah.
So.
And
they can't run these big giant mem tolls and mem kicks that are 10,000 foot long either. So
I tell you, I
make it more
watched
manageable.
today the ZLAMN. For those who don't know, it's Union Pacific's Express Intermodal, so that's why it's got the Z classification. LA being Los Angeles, MN for Marion, Arkansas. It had 4 locomotives on the front, 2 DPUs, and 2 in the rear. And that sucker was long. And it even had a whole bunch of empty wells and empty spines on it. And then there was more containers on the back side of it. You know, double stacked. Like, you know, they probably could have just single stacked instead of had a lot of these empty. But don't ask me about, you know, when it comes to these railroads and how they make their trains and whatnot. Sometimes it don't make sense. So
yes, I was getting ready to say some of the Z trains here on BNSF, some of them like 8,000 foot long, and then you get 1 or 2 of them, they're like 2,000 foot long. They're not very long at all. So
this one here had to at least be 10,000 feet easily.
Yeah.
And I mean, because it's going, you know, when it gets to Bald Knob, it's speed restricted, and you know, 15 miles an hour, and you're sitting at a railroad crossing for like 25, 30 minutes waiting on this train to get through.
No, that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much. Grandpa
Because of
Rose, you know what? I got pulled over last night. And of course, Richard knows about it, and so does Marty. We have a thing here called random breath testing and drug testing with driving. And I got myself in a little bit of let's say this way. The cop gave me a dirty look. He goes, "We're doing random drug testing," and go, "What random drug are we trying, officer?"
Well, guys, I hate to run, but it's getting a little late here on my end, and I've got a busy day tomorrow. So I'm going to wish all of y'all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, then Happy Holidays to whatever holiday that you celebrate.
Okay.
Yeah, have a good Christmas, Jason.
Same to you, Jason, and Amanda, and the little fella, and the rest of the family. I'll keep in touch with you. I'll let you know what's going on.
Okay, and I better see your challenge video pretty soon.
It'll be on tonight. Okay, my time.
What's
Which
this
will
challenge?
Perfect.
Hey,
What's this challenge video?
well, you're gonna have to
Well,
do
Artie-
one too, because I'm
Well,
challenging
Artie-
you to do it. Yeah.
There you go. So now you probably got 2 on here you could easily challenge.
Oh yeah, there's 2 here already that I can challenge. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Y'all take care. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
You too.
Hey, Jason, have a good Christmas.
Y'all too. Bye.
Yeah.
That all sounded a bit ominous.
All the time here. Yeah. Well, we. Yeah. You know what? Our trains, even on the top line here, I mean, the trains up on the top line, it goes between Sydney and Melbourne. Yeah, that is long. But to have sitting at the railway crossing for half an hour waiting for the train to go past, that's ridiculous. When you have a look, like I've seen over in Spartanburg and Inman, and then you see some of those locations in the US, you've got multiple railroad crossings going through town, and the emergency services, they got to get through. They can't get past, you know.
Yeah.
At least here, they're like I know in Corrimal, like we had 2 overpass bridges, and a lot of times emergency services will not take the railway crossing because they know they can use the bridge. Rarely did they use the railway crossing, but our trains are not that long. That all depending on the emergency, of course. The ones that are out in West Australia, that's different. It's out in the middle of nowhere. That's not going to interfere with anything. But along the East Coast here, it'll be just too crowded. Yeah. So you guys, will you having an NMRA meeting again over in Boston? I mean, in Amherst again, Marty?
Yeah. The board meeting's Thursday, Friday.
Yep. Are you going to be running any trains while you're there or not?
Sorry?
Are you going to be running any trains?
Yeah, we're going to a few op sessions.
Yeah, but at the show, are you going to do anything or not?
I think we got an op session at the show.
Okay.
I'm not sure yet. I've got to find out, but I believe the same mob we had the op session with last year, one of the clubs.
Okay, is it freelance or is it prototypical?
Freelance.
So the Australian stuff can run on it or not?
Don't know. I'm taking a B class with me though, so.
Are you taking a B class? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about bringing. I'm thinking about bringing my finished R cars over with either a steam engine or the 44s to go on it.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a B class to do a bit of stirring with, and because I'm trying to save room to bring some buildings back, buildings and decoders.
Actually, but taking B cars to be good over there, right?
Yeah, I'm taking B80, which is all orange.
Oh yeah.
Was that tangerine colour scheme, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
But
Teacup.
it's all tangerine, no tangerine and grey.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I'll go
right.
back there. I'll have to swing back by and get my resistors. That Dakota requires resistors for the headlights. So unless I
Yeah.
switch them over to 12 volt.
No, what you could do is I've got a pack
And-
here. You can order through Minatronics in the US, and you can actually get the 14 volt ones for the Athern ones. So that's what I got to replace my Athern ones with the
Are they
14 volt.
Yeah.
Are they LEDs?
No, these are incandescent bulbs.
Mm.
And they're 14 volts. Right, and now these ones here will actually fit. I know it's a bit blurry, but these will actually fit straight into those light sockets on the Atherns.
Yeah.
Now I paid $26 for this in Australia.
I could do that. I need to run those engines anyway and see if the bulbs are still good in them before I get carried away and put new decoders in them. So that's probably what I should have done before
I was going to bring my Indian Pacific set across, but one that's sitting up at the top shelf, and I'm restricted to one suitcase to 23 kilos, and I don't want to be lugging around too many carriages, especially my left shoulder starting to play up again. So I think
Who are
I'm
you
just going
flying with?
I'm going with Air Fiji.
Yeah.
From Sydney to LA, and from LA to flying into Charleston. I'm going with Spirit this time. Funds are tight. I would have gone with Delta. I would have gone with Delta.
To LA.
Well, my ticket cost me. The ticket cost me from Sydney to LA via Fiji cost me $1,200.
Yeah.
Return. And from LA to Charleston, South Carolina, and back again. Where you going, JD? Okay, Merry Christmas to you.
See you, JD.
From LA to Charleston and back again, $200 return. So that's $1,400 Australian. I gone the cheap option, mainly because the money's tight at the moment. You know what it's like being on compo, you don't get your full pay. So that's the way I'm going. I mean, I've flown with Spirit before, never had any problems with them. Air Fiji is good. You can have that break in Fiji.
Yep.
It is. It's only about 3.5 hours to Fiji. So, me being a smoker, it's good. You can get off the plane there at Fiji, and they actually got an area downstairs in the main terminal where you can go down and have a smoke. So I'm gonna have a smoke there before I go back on my flight for the long leg, which is 10 hours. On a long return leg, I got 8 hours in Fiji. I've got an overnight stop in LA going across, but on my way, Possum Bio, how are you? Fort Myers, Florida. Oh, nice. But on the way back, I'm going to have 3 days in LA. There's 3-4 days in LA. I've got a couple of friends, or one friend in particular I want to go and see. Apart from Derail Darrell, there's another person that I want to see. I haven't seen for a long time and having some issues, so I want to go over there and say hello to them.
Yeah, I'm flying from Brisbane to Sydney, Brisbane to LA, and then United LA to Boston, and then coming back, it's Alaska from Newark to LA. Then I got a day over, and then fly the next day.
So when are you flying back?
Saturday, the something of February, 9th or something of February. Hang on.
I say you're coming back voluntarily before me.
Yeah, Saturday the 3rd, I fly out 3rd of February.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to me because I am going to try to attempt.
I get back Monday and I got to teach.
Uh-oh. Lost him.
Ooh,
Must
yeah,
be a storm up there. He said it was
yeah,
lightning.
I'd say so. He did say that he had lightning, so I say his power got knocked out. But yeah, I'm going to actually call it quits too because I've got to get a few things ready for. I've got to go and get that brisket sorted out for tomorrow. Because I've got to get it. I've got to get it seasoned and everything else. Let it season marinate overnight, and I've got to get up Christmas Day at about 5 o'clock in the morning and start smoking the neighbourhood. Yay!
Cheers.
I think
Hold
I have.
again.
Yeah, I would have preferred to come with Delta or United. I usually go depending on which one of them two gives me the cheapest price. I'll go with them. But this time, because my money's really tight, I'm going with FEG. And yeah, I had to find an alternate way. But it's going to be good. Look, I need to get away from here too. And we've stretched it for about 5 weeks. They'll let me get away with being over there. So I still got income while I'm over there. If I stay anything longer than that, then I'll get cut. And there's one thing I don't want to do is get stuck in the US because you've got bugger all support over there from your government officials. But anyway, what am I cooking? I got a 28-pound brisket I'm cooking train famer, and that is
Hey, another thing, Artie. One thing I learned when I was on the cruise boat is it's probably a good idea to have some travel insurance because if something goes wrong, you got to pay for your medical expenses.
Oh yeah, definitely. I always go over there with travel insurance.
Mate of mine's wife had a seizure, and they had to get a doctor on the boat, and that cost him $950.
Oh yeah, but see, with me with the rent a cars, instead of paying that extra for the insurance, with the travel insurance, it covers that $5,000 excess. For $400 while I'm on the way, it's good, but it covers everything, and it's worthwhile having it.
Yeah.
In the United States, if y'all get sick over there for some reason, at least my medical is covered. If I lost my documents or if something I need to get home, it's covered. Everything's covered, paid for. To go over to that country without medical insurance, it's a nightmare. Now, if people coming over here and didn't have the proper insurance, look, they'll still look after you.
You get a bill.
Yeah, but the bill's not going to be so expensive. But they have got ways of working out how to fix the problem up. Here you get looked after.
On the boat, if you fall ill and you have to get airlifted off the boat, that's $8,000 gone.
Yeah,
it comes out of your
pocket.
Yeah.
Depending on how far off the coast you are.
Oh, whatever it is, yeah.
Because I remember when I was with when Area Patrol was functioning, we were working for AMSA and RCC in Canberra, which is a Rescue Coordination Centre out of Canberra. And there was a ship that actually had a medical incident distress offshore. They had an idea where the location was, but they wanted the exact location. Well, no, we knew the location, but we had to fly out with our fixed-wing aircraft for the helicopter. In case the helicopter ended up ditching in the water, it actually had some aerial support for it.
Yeah.
Because it was that far out. Actually, what happened was, in that case, was that the cook bit the nose off the captain on that ship.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was nasty, yeah. And someone had his ear cut off as well by the cook, yeah. Someone must have complained about the cook's dinner. You never upset a cook on a cruise ship. You never that was actually, it wasn't a cruise ship, it was a merchant ship. You never upset the cook.
Well, that's probably even worse.
Yeah, you never upset a cook. You never upset a cook.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
Look, Steve, I've gone with both United and Delta, and going across from Australia to LA and San Francisco, they were both okay with me. I would have preferred to go Virgin. Their hostesses are a little bit better looking, but yeah, look, at the end of the day, look, when I got on the flights over here, it's a long haul with both United and Delta going out from here, because a lot of times they leave in the morning and you feel like you're flying all day. And then, of course, you got across the time zone and it goes night time. Even though you're only flying for 6 hours, the body feels like you're traveling all day and then all night before you get to LA. We're going with Fiji's not too bad, but usually half the time I make myself so worn out and tired I'd sleep. I'm always falling asleep before the plane takes off the ground.
Jeez.
Anyway, guys, I am going to leave it here if you two want to hang on there. And
All right.
I'm off there as well.
Train Foamer, if you want to come out, depending where you are from the US, the 3 carriers I would recommend is Delta, United, or Air Fiji. Air Fiji has got a good service. Their aircraft are well maintained. They got basically got an Australian crew on board, or the pilot stuff. But yeah, those are 3 I would recommend. Air Fiji always have good sales from $800-900 return from LA to Sydney. So it's worth having a look if you guys ever want to come. All right, everybody, it's been fun. 3 hours. I haven't done a 3-hour stream for a long time. Everybody, have all the best for Christmas and your families.
Yep.
If I don't see
Christmas, everybody.
New Year. You two, you want to say anything to the people, viewers, before we head off?
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And if you drink, don't drive, because nothing worse than spilling a drink while you're driving. Particularly in Australia, it's too expensive. So yeah, everybody, have a good Christmas, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
This is the last show for the year?
No.
I think there's one more.
No, New Year's Eve. We still got the New Year's Eve.
I'm at a mate's house drinking, so I'll be pretty much. I'll be drunk.
Oh, yeah, bring your drinks over here. Good on you, buddy. All right. All right. We'll catch you guys later.
Right.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.